Oh god, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something.
Well, we're live on stream, so you better say it.
It was okay to stream. It's okay. I have no. It's fine to stream. I just forgot my train of thought.
You know,
Oh, I remember now.
Price, everyone.
I remember now. It is a reference for me and only me, in that the sword Pokemon is just Jay White.
Tell it.
I don't know what that means, but I agree with it because I love that sword part.
So Jay White was a wrestler in New Japan in the Bullet Club, and after Kenny left, they're like, "Oh, hey, we need a villainous Gaijin heel because Kenny's not here anymore." So
because we need someone to fill the Kenny Omega spot.
Yeah. And so they're like, "Okay, what do we do?" And they gave Jay White a knife that became his gimmick, and he is fantastic now.
So he's like that guy in Tiger Mask.
So,
His only gimmick is that he is big.
I have a question of the utmost.
Is it what happened last week?
It is exactly what happened last time.
Really quick. I finally put on Kalanji's made GIF for Blood Price. I put it on the loading screen,
nice.
and I jammed it into a corner of the frame.
Transition.
All right. What happened last time on Blood Price, Aaron? And play that funky beat by Johnny Law.
Give me a second. Yeah. Give me a second. In this intro time, if you have not already, please go watch Godzilla King of the Monsters. Ghidorah is cool.
I know you can't stop talking about it.
Go watch it with.
I will see the second time.
I'll organize a trip. I said I would do it earlier this week, and
we'll do it
didn't.
tomorrow. We'll do it after session.
Yeah. And on that note.
Oh yeah, I love that theme.
I don't hear it.
I don't either, but that's fine.
What?
I hear it. It's fine.
Yeah. Do you guys have Roll20 open?
I do.
Oh wait, there we go.
Master volume.
I was sliding up a little bit.
I'm dancing.
So
I'm dancing.
On our last episode of Blood Price, the party did it. You guys fought through hell and high water in a mansion in a casino, in the steel mechanical dragon, but you finally did capture Grayscale. And you brought him back with you guys to the Naval Tribunal at the judgment of Ship Admiral Bloodhoof. At said tribunal, you were graced with the presence of Chadius Olympiano, who rather loudly insulted the social standing of all involved, told Sissy to watch her back since the National Academy is hosting a tournament, and then left the room after a very interesting series of statements.
Thank God he's gone!
With the job now done, for the most part, in Kreytarr, the party turns to more pressing future endeavors.
Chasing.
I think this is the first time in a while that we actually got the recap done in a single loop.
I'm getting better.
Alright.
Well, I didn't hear the loop, so it didn't count.
Oh, darn it.
Alright.
Hey, guys, so, that was a great first mission, right? Teamwork, you know.
Aren't we chasing Dr. Feelgood right now?
Alright.
We're going after Dr. Feelgood right now, aren't we?
Ask one thing before you leave properly. You did manage to bring in a rather wanted criminal, and with this criminal will come a bounty. Who should...
Does it also come with fame?
Yes, it does.
Nice.
Fame doesn't pay bills, remember that.
Not with that attitude, but continue.
I suppose she doesn't pay bills.
Who should I, seeing as I'm the one who, I guess, is currently overseeing this, who should I make this payable to? What am I calling you?
Oh my god, we never thought of a team name, guys.
Guys, huddle up.
Okay,
alright.
How much time, guys?
Are we gonna huddle up on the map?
Yeah, you're gonna huddle up. Let's huddle up.
Assume the box right.
Everyone just crowd around Sicily.
Hey, oh my fucking god.
Here we go.
Really quick while we have a chance. Team name.
Guys, just quick. quick.
All right, guys. Okay, so just hear me out. Here's my hot take. Since I'm kind of the reason we're all together,
No.
right?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna turn to anyone else. Any other suggestions?
Excuse us for a moment.
Alright, so we could take inspiration. I mean, we met on a war-torn territory. Our first case was about an exploding red guy. What can we do with that?
The Dusters.
How about Scorched Earth?
That doesn't
I
sound.
like that.
That sounds like an
That's
organization.
pretty edgy.
Listen, if you just want to cut down to the chase of things, you can call it slay and pay. You kill him, you shill him, we kill him.
Well,
that
sounds
sounds.
too much like a business. I'm not about that.
I like Scorched Earth.
How?
I don't know how I feel about that.
How about the Iron Company?
I like that.
How
Why
about-
do I like that?
How about the blood price?
Oh, guys, I just took
I
psychic
don't know
damage.
about that. I like the Iron Company more.
so mad you yelled through chat.
Say it out loud, you coward, or else I'll take your silence as
Ari is
approval.
minor illusioning the word no.
Iron Company. Let's go Iron Company.
I feel like we're not taking a vote, and that's not cool.
I feel like Iron Company sounds a bit too professional for how much of a motley crew we are. How about?
I mean, it's slightly less professional than Slay and Pay.
I feel like Slay and Pay is a really.
Oh.
Slay and Pay
That
sounds like a
like
really
the
shady
equivalent of
business.
Don John. You know Don Johns, right? Maybe you don't. We only have those in Mirror, I think.
We had a Don John.
Like,
We had a Don John.
like,
Echo.
Yeah.
That was a lot of echo.
That's clunky.
hey, do we have a long rest?
No. Hey,
You
yeah.
really just used this whole message.
I mean, it's also a cantrip. I just gotta point at somebody, but yeah, I did.
But yeah,
How about?
Iron Company.
I'm just not feeling it. It's not.
I
very
want something more
Twilight.
colorful.
Iron's a color.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's one of several colors.
You just get raised in like a metal shack.
No. If
So
you
what are we
must
doing,
know,
guys?
my house was made of cobblestone.
Guys, we don't have much time. What are we doing?
Okay, hold on. Can we talk about this as PCs in the stopped time out of character talker?
No.
Wait, Aaron, is there a door?
There's a door.
No, we're not.
Excuse me, can we talk about this
Wait,
outside
no,
just
no.
for a moment?
No.
Can we decide this after? If
I'm
you want,
asking.
you can bill this to what's the name of our current job holder?
Aaron, I am
Aaron?
asking if we can talk outside.
Aaron, what's the name of our current job holder?
Lieutenant Ryan?
Yes.
Mhm.
Could you just bill it out to Lieutenant Ryan and then we'll come up with
No,
a-
Lieutenant Ryan will not pay us if we do that.
Also, I feel like
That
We
bitch
should-
won't pay you.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of us staying as a group past this point. So maybe a group name is, apt.
Yeah, but we don't have to come up with it
Guys,
now. Is the point?
Guys, I think we need to come up with it now, and I'm gonna take out the speakeasy card from like my pocket and like try to discreetly show it to the party and be like, let's talk
As you pull it out,
outside.
Wow, it's
As-
almost like that
as-
might not be a
as you pull it, you notice that the other side's completely red.
God damn it!
Okay, so what are we doing, guys?
You don't know what
Something-
what that means. It's just that's not happened before now.
We could, just, make a decision later.
Is that fine? As I look over to him.
I can write to her if you'd like me to.
I really do not want you to be.
I really don't want to write to her.
I mean,
either.
she's already in it. She's the one who gave us the job.
Listen,
No,
the less we
just
talk
write it.
about her, the better.
Oh, write it to me and we can do it like
I
that.
also own a
Jeez.
business. You could send it there and it'll be taken care of. Or well, I don't own a
Jeez,
business.
She,
Hey, Cherry, what's your business name?
I don't have one. I work in the market. I just sell stuff under a stall.
Yeah,
I've always thought about something with the word weaver, but then that wouldn't be fair to you guys because that's my identity.
I
Nah,
guess
that's cool.
Guys,
it's kind of
guys,
cool.
guys, time.
Okay, how about Star Weavers or something like that? Because, you know, fame and all that and money and...
Grayscale, let's settle along.
Do you have any better ideas?
How about you play on the King's Road?
I don't know what that is.
Road.
No, I actually just didn't understand what he said. What did he say?
That's yeah.
What?
I want you to get hit by a carriage. Seriously, I was
The feeling is mutual.
wouldn't be the first time.
What if we just call ourselves the Weavers?
You know what? Complete insult aside, I'm gonna be honest. King's Road actually kind of slides out the tongue very nicely.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm with it.
You know what? Yeah, I'm down for King's Road.
Thanks, Grayscale. Can I give Grayscale a high five?
he is manacled back.
I'm going to walk around to him and give him a high five.
So
Watches this happen. They'll just.
Okay, it's King's Road. We will get going and see you later.
I'm gonna quickly just so wait, are you sending this to us later, or should I just give you a location to send it to?
You said the. Wicked. I'll send it to Line's office.
All right.
Okay.
Just know
If you
that
rather
I
not, I also have.
I'd rather not deal with her.
That's
we have
fair.
history.
I have an employer that you could actually, you know, it's probably safer to send it around.
Listen, for your own good, I wanted to send it to you because knowing how she is likely to skim.
We appreciate that. Can we send it to
We
the
could.
detective guy?
Ultracanius?
Yeah, can we send it to him and then we'll pick it up?
This will take about 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, so
We
we'll
can.
be back.
What if we just killed time in town for 2 to 3 days after this?
I mean, really 2 days. 2 days at the most. I would guess.
I'd be very okay with killing time in town. There's not much we're going to be able to do in terms of Dr. Feelgood for now.
We can take Victor to shops and dining to look at the golems.
He doesn't want to. Yeah, that was what we were.
Anyway,
that was one of the things I wanted to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dr. Feelgood.
The doctor's office. We can talk about this later.
Yeah, at the very least, we can try and see if she left any clues as to where she was going. I doubt that anything, but.
Didn't Grayscale that she'd currently say she's like on the other side of town leaving?
I know where she is.
And you will tell.
And you know where she's going.
You will tell him that.
I mean, I do know where she's going. Probably, I can make reasonable assumptions.
We've already agreed that.
Nothing for this, but you're going to tell us anyway, right?
How about a favor?
Didn't we talk about this last time and we agreed that he'd
Yeah,
tell him everything?
As per the admirals.
The admirals will get all the information. We'll go deal with it afterwards.
Before I'm indisposed of, I would like a walkover just to see.
A what?
A walk. I want to see. I know where she is. I would like to see her office.
Absolutely not.
So you're asking us to escort you out of the military possession to a location that at the time was under your control and technically part of your territory, so that you could have a look at it.
You make it seem like I have some ulterior motive. I do not.
Okay.
Grayscale, the fucking sleaze coded you like a disguise.
Well, technically, that is a mixture
of your sleaze, yes. We're leaving.
Yeah, guys, we should get going. He's probably just buying time for Feelgood.
Alright, can you send it to Aldracanius' office? Thank you.
We'll come back in 2 days. Don't worry about it.
A whole day ago. What am I buying time for?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
She's been gone.
Like, out of character, I was actually going to say that in private, because it seems that nobody's actually clear on that information.
She's been gone.
Alright, I'll be right back. Sorry.
I just don't feel like doing him any more favors, that's all.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Well, have fun rummaging around the city. I hope
Thanks. It'll be fun.
I hope you find your way and you do not have any misadventures.
Hey, Bloodhoof, I recommend gagging him. It was the best time we had.
Oh, my dulcet tones! As he kind of handles his face.
Shall we be off?
My ass. Yeah, sure. In fact.
Also, just as a general question to the party, how injured are we? Because we have not rested yet since the fight.
I can stand.
I'm basically fine.
I think we'll be fine as long as we don't start any fights.
I will say this: I am at half my usual durability.
Let me tell you, I'm so glad you asked. I feel like the most shit I've ever felt in a long time. so much so.
Well, if you want to crash, you can, for sure.
That if someone slapped me on the back of my head, I would probably get knocked unconscious.
Well,
I'm gonna make like the little flicking motion and just like get towards Kai's head.
Well, you know what?
I'm going to flinch in fear.
Well,
yeah, we should probably spend the night at the inn at this point.
Yeah, Dr. Feelgood isn't in town, and it's not like they're gonna burn down her clinic in one night. Let's get some rest.
By the way, Aaron, what time is it?
It's dawn.
Hey, I have a second question. What day of the week is it?
You have 3 days. You could not rest. You could not long rest, even if you wanted to. You would not get the benefits of a long rest. You get one every 24 hours.
But we haven't had a long rest within 24 hours.
We haven't had a long rest in.
You took a long rest before you went up to grayscale.
No, we took the short rest.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we didn't take any. Wait.
You took long rested.
Oh no, we short rested because there was only an hour boat ride. We short rested that. We didn't take the long rest.
Yeah, that's why you long rest. Okay.
It was a short rest. We haven't had a long rest, so yeah.
Yeah, me and my spell slots would remember, Aaron.
The last long rest I think we had was before we left.
Yeah. Okay, you are right. Well, no, you had long rest in the office too. That's why I'm probably confusing it. You are right due to lack of paladin spell slots. You guys can head back to the inn.
Given our current situation, we don't actually have to all go to separate inns anymore.
Yeah.
We can reconverge back in the old
It's not like there's going to be anyone taking revenge for grayscale, right?
How many rooms did we have in that old inn?
We had 3.
3.
Okay. Marco, you room with me?
Sure.
Hey, Sakura, do you want to share a room? I feel like we've been getting closer, and I would like to stop having you be so pissed at me all the time.
No, I stopped that, like, all the way back on the way here. I think. Now I'm just enjoying it. I think I've learned to, like, not care as much. That's good. I feel like I'm maturing in a way that my dad would be upset with me, which just gives me more power.
Would you like a high five? I want to give you a high five. I'm proud of you, okay?
What's a high five?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a thumbs up because I don't feel like explaining that.
Why would a high five be something that's particularly non-existent?
I'm gonna whisper over to Marco. They're poor in money, and they're poor in culture.
I will lean in from the other side and just go. It actually might just be a cultural thing we don't know.
I walk over to Cicely and I go, hey, you want to slap hands? And I hold my hand up for a high five.
Let's run that high five.
I'm just fucking with you, Kai. Alright. Oh, hey, Victor, I was wondering, before we split rooms, can I get that book? I have a relative I want to check up on.
Would it be alright if I just write it in for you?
I mean, it works better the more information I can put down. I just figured it'd be easier that way.
I'm capable of writing. I'm not illiterate.
And
I can understand if things were personal. I do understand. I would just prefer holding on to the book a little bit longer, if you don't mind.
Don't we also only have a certain amount of uses of that book? I don't remember.
We had a warning about don't use the book too much.
Yeah, the Book of Useless Warning said don't use the Book of Sight too much.
Then you could also say Book of Useless Warnings.
Yeah, meaning that it's probably already too late.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, well, I'll ask after we get some rest. I'm tired.
Alright.
Man. I gotta work on some new designs.
Okay. So head back back to your
Can I refill my hit pool now?
to your 3 rooms.
You only get half your hit dice back after a long rest.
Of a long rest.
Hooray!
At this point, get back where you need to get back.
I feel my health coming back to me.
And you guys just crash and wake up sometime in the afternoon.
I would like to at least say one thing to Marco, because we're in the room and no one else is around of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned right now, from here on out, would you mind just removing me so I don't have to fucking find a dark corner to deal with this? As I pull out one of the vials of blood, shake it, and then put it back in the bag.
Have fun. You know they probably won't care, right?
I don't care.
All right.
I want to do a thing with Kai in the middle of the night.
It's
or middle of the day, middle of the rest, middle of the rest.
It's the middle of the
As like I wake up in a cold sweat. I look over at Kai. Wait a minute.
Don't worry. In a few more hours, the sun will set.
I look at Kai. I count on my fingers. Wait a minute. There's you, me. There's Sicily. There's Kai. There's Victor, Marco, and Art. We're missing DT, right?
We've been missing DT. Okay, yeah, I'm not there. I'm not there.
Are you asking Kai?
Yeah, I wake up and I'm looking at you. If you're awake or not, I'm saying this, and then I'm gonna look. Are you awake or are you asleep?
She's probably just out looking for dirt or whatever. I don't know. Doesn't like her thing.
I'm worried.
Maybe she's with the night rage. She's fine. She's with the shirtless guy. Don't worry about it.
I guess you're right. I feel like things might work out for her.
She'll come back and say hello or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna go back to lying down then.
So, as everyone comes to in the mid-afternoon sun and awaken, feeling much better, a little bit prouder about yourselves. Victor, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear lord.
Mr. Ch.
Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, thank fucking Christ.
You feel watched.
I visibly shudder. Am I still in the room?
At this point, you guys have come out of your rooms and are kind of convening in the hallway, I'd say, outside of the adjacent rooms.
So, let me ask this.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel any sort of direction of which I'm being watched?
No.
I would like to look to see if there are any creatures of similar stature. Maybe not raise, but just like height and maybe build?
Make a perception check. Okay. Looking around, you see orcs. You see dragonborn. None of them really seem to be paying attention to you, and you also do not see any familiar hats, burnt or otherwise.
Any familiar coats?
Nope.
I'm not sure how audible this is coming in, but
audible.
Okay.
Audible, just like my soul.
Is that all you wished for me to do, God?
That's all I wish for you.
Why'd you hurt me like this?
So
it's what we must do on this bitch of an earth.
Hey God, it's you boy.
What are we doing?
Alright.
Well, we have 2 days to kill, right?
The first thing I think that Sakura, Sicily, and Marco would do is grab Victor by the shoulders and force him to shops and dining.
No!
Actually, I don't think I can join this. I want to go give Aldracanis an update in case he hasn't, been updated. And then maybe look around for DT, I guess.
In that case, does Sicily want to help me bring Victor to shops and dining?
Oh, absolutely.
You can't make me.
Bullying?
It's not what you
make me
think.
come back.
Hey, if you wait, guys, before you go.
Mm-hmm.
If you are heading to shops and dining, Victor has had contact with Dr. Feelgood before, right? You've seen her, Victor?
Once.
Maybe you can.
I say in the middle of trying to like struggle away from being pushed.
Maybe you guys can check out our clinic on the way.
On the way back, sure.
On the way back, yeah.
It's
Hey,
not
where's Kaya in the room?
You guys are all in the hallway now, so.
I'm gonna pull Kaya aside. Yeah, sorry. Do you know what power vacuums are like? Not at all. What are you getting at? Anyway, I just need you to come with me today. Can you do that? What the fuck? Sure, yeah, alright, whatever. That was very ominous, but I'm down for adventure. I was just gonna go play some music on the street, but oh yeah, no, you can bring your music. My music comes with me wherever I go. Bring your music, your sword, your body, all of that. Bring packs too. It'll be a fun time. Are you implying that I would go somewhere without packs? No, I mean, take me where you want to go, Ari. All right.
Alright, so let's do these one at a time. Sakura, where are you going?
Probably gonna head to Algicanius' office first, see if he's there. It's like the middle of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like the type to do nothing. I'm gonna go to his office.
Hasn't his office gotten like ransacked twice since we've been there?
Yeah, exactly. Everything happens at his office. Yeah, people are dying to get him out of the house. Come on. All right.
Make a perception. You head back to the office, and still empty. Still ransacked.
Yep. Haven't seen him in a while. I'm gonna. Is the door lock broken?
Door lock is broken.
Yeah, makes sense.
You did not fix that.
Has more of his stuff like gone from last time we were here?
No.
Huh. All right. Well, I'm gonna go to his table. Is there like a pen and is there a paper and quill?
The exact ransackedness of this office remains the same.
Oh, great. Guess it wouldn't hurt to tidy up a bit while I wait for him. I'm gonna start cleaning his office, Aaron.
Make a wisdom check. 9. Sometime in between when you guys slept here, the office was intact. When you left, the door was broken and it was ransacked. And applications nowhere to be found.
Right. That would make sense. I am running low on brain cells here. Alright, can I look for clues to...
You realize this about halfway through putting some flowers back in their vase that are withered.
Right. Is there any clues I can look for?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, or see if there's like any hint of where Algicanius might be.
Natural 20.
I have a brain cell!
It's working very hard.
You rub your last 2 brain cells together.
And I really wouldn't want Joy's cousin to be dead. Are you typing something?
Yeah.
He's sending you a secret message.
Speaking of that, why don't we chill some more? Raph, tell them about our exciting YouTube channel.
What? Oh, yeah. It's exciting.
We're doing this now?
Why not?
It's usually what like other D&D streams do during secret messages.
Sakura, who are you talking? None of us.
Shit!
At the time of this video, I'm finally
I'm
uploading
talking
stuff
to
back over to the YouTube. So be sure to check out old episodes of Blood Price if you missed them or are currently sleeping during the streams.
Yeah.
I know some people who are like that.
Oh, whoops, wrong thing.
Also check out our one-shots, which we do on Saturdays, which are also uploaded to the YouTube.
Aaron, I'm doing this on the things I found.
That's how it is. Maybe other things will be uploaded to the YouTube at some point. Who knows? It's a world of possibilities. We're just there along for the ride. Huh?
Thank you. Your divine sense picks up nothing.
Okay. Do the syringes look clean or used?
Nat 20. Used.
Oh god. Algicanius. All right. Where did I find these? In the drawer, right?
Kind of in the drawer and in like the
Of his desk, or
in the desk. There's some strange clear liquid residue still in the bottom of them.
Should I carry these on me? I might get in trouble if I do. I'm gonna just keep them in note and close the drawer up.
Okay.
So in this mess, is there paper, ink, and a quill anywhere?
No.
Because
if you take like after like 2 minutes searching, you can find some. Yeah, it's some lying around. It's not broken.
You know what? All right. I'm just gonna start writing on it as best as I can with however broken the tools are. Just telling Eldricanius that Sakura was here. We'll be looking for you in the meantime. We'll be back later tonight. Stuff like that. And I'm just gonna slam it on his somewhat broken desk.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go back outside. I'm gonna close the door. Right.
Mhm.
I have to make it in such a. I'm gonna pull out the the scale die. The scale gloss.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use that to write on the door.
What are you gonna write?
I'm going to write, "Do not enter. Eldricanius will be very mad."
Make a dexterity check.
Yeah, because I'm using fucking scaled shell.
12.
Is it legible? Because that's all I really care about.
You finish trying to scratch it, like rub it into the door. This weird like powdery gel substance, and you step back. And by the time you step back, due to the nature of how the gel seemed to have dried and set, the word is starting to bleed. So like, do not looks like donut.
Yes. Eldricanius is the detective. He'll understand.
Eldricanius' name is completely ruined.
He'll understand. I'm gonna put away the gel, wipe my hand on some shrubbery nearby, and I'm gonna go walk around and look for. I'm gonna look around for DT and Eldricanius the only way I know how. Walking around, entering buildings, asking people about it. If they've seen a purple tiefling or elf detective.
Okay.
That's pretty.
It takes about. Give me an investigation check.
All right, 2 brain cells. You got this.
17.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. As you're walking, you get about 2 blocks of asking people questions. And kind of, have you seen, Purple Tiefling or Elf? Eldricanius is kind of decently known. DT a little bit harder, so you default to Purple Tiefling. Before you feel like a tap on your shoulder, and you turn around to see a red tiefling, about maybe 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", and it's simple robes and clothes. And he looks at you and goes, "Hello, Che. Nice to meet you. You may not recognize me, but it's me, Faust."
Faust?
Things are the snake that this DT had.
No. I remember who you are. You're not a snake.
It is complicated, very complicated. But I will say, for the time being, we have something to do. I'm sorry. It is sudden, but it is urgent.
That's fine. These things happen. Is DT still around?
Okay for the time being, which is why we need to go now. Again, I apologize, and I am sorry.
It's fine. These things happen. I'd like her to keep staying with the group, but if you guys really can't, we won't force you to.
we're not going to be totally out of the way. If you're ever near Southwest for whatever reason, or more north in Kreytarr, near capital, there's a settlement near Day named Cold Harbor. For the time being, we'll be staying there.
Oh, what was it called?
Cold Harbor.
Okay. Got it. All right. Just if you guys are going, you should probably know this. We've come up with a group name. We're called the King's Road now.
Oh, that's a rather nice name.
Yeah, we got it from from Grayscale, the guy we were sent here to capture.
Oh, the what did he turn out to be? Was she?
Merman, I think.
Oh,
Trident.
Triton.
Yeah,
Triton.
sorry, I'm not very familiar with
it's okay.
fish folk.
That's fine. They're inclusive. Oh, that I guess that makes sense in hindsight.
Marco in the wind.
Making the Thor face. Doesn't know.
I'm not very good at this. Take care of yourself, I guess.
Yeah. Listen, if you ever need our help, you'll find us. I know.
Yes. I have a feeling that we'll probably be meeting again. We do still have that piece of bait.
Right. Are you going to hold on to that, or should I?
We'll keep that for the time being.
Sure, Ari will enjoy that.
Oh, he will.
By the way, Faust, I'm not sure if you and DT met him, the detective that we were working with here, Aldercanius.
My memory's short, but I think we did once, yes.
Do you happen to have seen him?
No.
Oh, and one last thing. Is this transformation of yours permanent?
This is... No. This is extenuating circumstances.
And DT, is she transformed, or?
No. It is a long story, that I do not have, I believe the time, and I do not think it's my place either to expound it to you. So,
I understand.
For the sake of privacy, will keep it short.
That's fine.
This is not permanent, and given how things tend to go, we will probably meet again. Sorry for the cliff notes and things I just said. It's just
It's all right. It's important that you summarize things, so I clearly understand it.
That's fine, man.
Just make sure you and DT are fine, right? I still need her to try out some addresses.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll stay alive. That seems to be important.
Take care, Faust.
Take care, and remember, Cold Harbor, if you're ever up there, or Southwest.
Keep in mind.
Kind of lingers for a moment and turns to make his way back down the street.
Well then, back to looking for Aldercanius, I guess.
Give me one more investigation check. 19. Good, I'll get back to you.
Cool.
So, team shops and dining.
Hello.
Hello. Dragging Victor.
Someone save me from this blue hell. Marco, I thought I could trust you!
Then trust me.
You walk into the pearly white
gates
megalith structure, as confusing as it ever is. As you look
Marco,
around,
this place fills you with a more primal fear
as you look around, you notice that the stores aren't where they were.
Okay. So
business as usual, I see.
They've switched around again.
Appears that way.
That's fine.
Marco, why do you hurt me like this?
At this point, I leave the navigation to Sicily.
She's looking for a good old friend.
Because I wouldn't know how to look for him.
Make a perception check.
I will help.
Roll the 3d12s that I know you're going to do.
I really hope they d12.
That's 9 and 7, 16. Plus modifier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6.
So 22.
That's a good roll.
You...
Guess who has expertise in perception?
Yeah, we're now going to roll for shops and dining.
I don't remember if I have expertise in perception, but I think I took it.
I don't even have proficiency in perception, to be honest.
I do have expertise in perception.
Oh, we both took expertise, okay.
It takes the better part of 20 minutes of just walking.
Wow.
And along the way, you pass some stores which make sense. Some stores that you just, why? Like there is a store that only sells butter.
Is there a store in Shops and Dining that is just called Shops and Dining?
Yes. You pass 3 of them.
Oh boy, is it a microcosm of Shops and Dining, like its own pocket universe?
No, you look at it, one of them just sells signs, one of them just sells mirrors, and the other one is a perfect, like, it is a model shop. In front of the window is a perfect, like, scale model reproduction.
Man, if that weren't a waste of money, I'd probably buy it.
And you just keep walking. You pass a pet shop. You pass a flower shop.
I take note of it.
You pass a haberdashery. And at the end of this, just walk.
Oh shit!
Through crowds of equally lost and some just flat out dumb people that are walking and taking up the entire hallway in a deep formation.
Where's the car?
You head up towards the second floor, and in front of in front of a fish store, you see a familiar construct. It's probably Levi. You hope.
I wave at Leroy.
Levi.
Jenkins.
The construct kind of slowly marches over to you and looks at you and goes, "Hello again, Marco."
Oh, good.
And Cicely. And
hello.
Did I meet this one before?
No.
This is the friend we mentioned.
This is a new human.
But if you don't mind indulging us for just a second, hey Victor, you know how Shops and Dining's automatons work?
Yes, in that they don't.
Why don't you ask this one a question?
Where do I go to get gun engravings?
The nearest store that does gun engravings is Bullet with your name on it, located on the first floor.
That is a fantastic name.
All right,
and I don't believe.
So, completely ignoring the fact that I'm more shocked that I got an answer, I say it loud. That is. I don't like that was helpful. I'm feeling a very uncanny valley right now looking at this.
So you see why we need to help him.
Every day I exist here. Every day is another bad day.
All right. So do you have a place where we can meet in private?
There are roughly 7 stores in a 5-mile walk. Well, 5-minute walk. 5-mile walk is still fine. In that case, there are
my
17
eyes
stores.
widen and I feel a little part of, I feel like maybe 2% of the ascension I felt when we were introduced to Chadius at the sound of 5-mile walk.
That are probably deserted.
All right, so we could
including one that is a dessert shop.
That's a good one.
That was not a pun.
Oh, I'm aware, but it's still funny. But yeah, I guess we'll head somewhere that is private.
Levi, your choice.
I am fond of the door store.
Is it just a store of doors?
It sells doors.
Oh boy.
Well, to the door store we go then.
Actually, you know, it's really funny.
Wow, I fucking
We might
hate
be
this
in the
place.
market for a door.
Levi turns and walks you down the hallways, the very crowded hallways.
I would like to lean into my fellow party members.
Now you see why we brought you here.
And quietly say, okay, so it's helpful. What the fuck do you want me to do with it?
Well, we'll get there when we get there.
After another 5-10 minutes of walking, you open the door to it smells of varnish and hardwood in here. It is a very quaint store. Behind the back desk, even through the ring of the bell, there's this old halfling, like wrinkles, just hair on top of it gone, wizened gray beard, just
Is
on the
he
desk.
moving?
He is asleep.
Okay, but I was going to follow up. Is he moving? Is he alive?
Make a perception check.
Do I hear breathing?
Make a perception check.
Would someone like to help me? Because I only have a +3.
Sure, if you'd like, I could just make it, and then you could help me.
Fine, we'll both listen in together, Marco, old pal.
We're kind of just like putting our ears to his chest.
Of course.
No, we're not getting that close.
That'd be investigation.
Oh.
17.
Well, there's the perception version of that, where I just I'm
you,
looking.
I'll handle the investigation.
You stand in the
Marco,
doorway.
help me.
You stand in the doorway, and Marco, you hear a very faint.
It's a shame I'll have to wake him up later, but for now we have business to discuss. Right.
So let me ask, how many doors do you want us to open before we have a quote-unquote private area?
He closes the single door to the shop behind you. It is now a private area.
I love this guy.
That's not what I meant, but alright.
This is private enough.
The halfling will not wake up, probably.
Unless we get really loud.
No, even then, he will probably sleep.
Alright. So back to my original point. What the fuck do you want me to do with this? As I just give the one hint out.
So our particularly intelligent friend finds that living in shops and dining, much like you find visiting shops and dining, to be hell on earth.
Yes, it is. Which why.
So unless I'm much mistaken, Levi, you said you wanted to leave, right?
I would greatly enjoy the opportunity at freedom.
So being that you're the only person I can think of who could probably take this thing apart and keep him alive, would you mind?
So you're telling me to go into a machine that I've never interacted with before,
Well, you have time.
break it down to the smallest components while still keeping it operational,
You have time.
and then we are smuggling it out?
Yeah.
That seems to be the plan.
Marco, I feel like we had more success the last time we used the get help strategy.
The what?
You know, I don't like that one.
The what?
I don't know why you're complaining. I was the one who had the feign injury.
Yeah, that's true. I
I
don't like
could-
lifting you because you've got all these pointy bits.
Okay, maybe next time you'll be the one feigning an injury.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll try it.
I can point out here, even
Listen,
though I
you know you love that plan.
Yeah, I do.
even though I cannot self-terminate, my key components are rather helpfully stored.
We'd prefer you not self-terminate because you have
No,
so much to
I
look
cannot.
forward to.
I will be honest with you, Marco. Here, I have not much to look forward to.
Alright,
know it.
well.
However,
Since
my
my dear
component
friend
button
Marco has
is
cashed in a lot of friendship points here, dragging me back to this living hellscape,
Oh, don't act like you're not interested.
I am going to do what was politely requested of me, even if I may or may not be a little out of practice, as I just sort of twirl out some of the tinker's tools between my fingers. You know, how a pen or a pencil?
mm-hmm.
I'm doing that, but like a little quickly.
Make a Tinker's Tools check.
Before he does that, can I do the following?
Okay.
Can I just pat him on the shoulder and say, "Take your time. We're not going anywhere."
Okay.
Make a Tinker's Tools check.
Hold on before I do that. Marco, I want you to restrain this thing down. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Sure
I
thing.
do not have pain receptors.
I'm not worried about pain receptors. I'm worried about automatic self-defense mechanisms.
I don't have those. That would help when the children come.
Oh no!
Listen. That's out. I put my hand on its metal exterior. That's outside pain. The pain that may or may not occur is on the inside.
Hurry up and disassemble.
Cicely, you're going to be playing nurse here. Pass me that screwdriver.
Wait, really quick. Where are they doing this?
Make a
We're doing it in a door store somewhere in Shops and Dining. Even you probably couldn't find us.
Okay, so is that technically dexterity or intelligence?
Intelligence.
Okay. 25.
Ooh.
So.
Screwdriver. Scalpel.
And as you're doing this,
Cicely will be just listening and passing things off.
As you're doing
dead fish.
No, not that wrench. The other one, the smaller one. Are you fucking kidding? Have you never seen a wrench before in your life?
The fleshy ones are incompetent. The fleshy
dear, I
ones
think
are
something broke.
incompetent.
Tape.
Oh no, there goes my arcane heart. Idiot.
Now I know we're both joking here.
And over the better part of 10 minutes, you pull the essentials with Levi telling you, yes, take that out. You have an arcane heart, a construct heart, a construct cerebrum, and
heart.
Yeah, I will use it.
Construct cerebrum,
and and arcano-metallic wiring.
Arcano-metallic wiring?
I sure hope that comes up again, because it sounds really cool and I want it.
Okay. Now I must go with the following series of questions. What the fuck are we going to do with this? As I point to the hollow that once housed all these pieces.
Well, we can take it with us, alter it, put it in the crate of holding, leave, unalter it, put it back together, and then off he pops. It's pretty foolproof, actually.
How big is this fucking exterior?
Human size, about 6 feet tall.
Marco?
Mm-hmm.
This exterior is larger than you.
I actually don't remember if it is. I need to look at my.
It's definitely larger than me.
We're all under 6 feet. I know that for certain. I think I'm the closest at 5'11".
Yeah, it is taller than me. You are absolutely correct, my friend. But you see, I'm really good at sneaking things around.
Marco, you could live in this.
Yeah, probably. Wouldn't be comfy, but. What's the worst that could happen?
And we're not helping this fucking husk.
I mean, that wouldn't work. But yeah, no, I just think that we should take it out piecemeal and stealth it out and, put it in the box before anybody figures out that he's missing.
Okay, you know what?
In retrospect, maybe we should have done this literally the day before we left.
There's an awkward moment of silence where all you hear is the snoring of the halfling behind you.
Guys?
He's there.
How much do we actually need to worry about being chased down, considering Grayscale was arrested?
We're technically shoplifting an employee.
By the people who own Shops and Dining, assuming
yes, but that was Grayscale.
Well, no, assuming that wasn't Grayscale, because we never confirmed that for sure.
Listen, why don't we just get to the very basis of what the problem here is? We're essentially shoplifting an employee.
No, we're shoplifting a slave that doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, essentially what we're doing is...
No, here's the thing. What you're describing is what we're seeing this as. I'm describing what whoever the fuck the big wig sitting in the chair decides. You know what? I think. You know what day of the week it is? Oh, it's the third day of the week. Yeah, move first floor shop to floor 73. I'm telling you what they're seeing this as.
Victor, history is written by the winners. So let's just win and not think about what would happen if we don't.
Can I somehow compact this exterior in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Or more specifically, the parts that aren't the huge chest part.
No.
Like, can you bundle up the legs and arms into like a...
Okay, hold on.
To compact it, you would need to break it down into bits like a suit of armor, and kind of going through it and like pulling pieces. That would require like blacksmith's tools to do.
That did actually just give me an idea, though.
Hold on.
Seeing as this does kind of...
Do I have blacksmith tools?
I'm waiting for you. Because I have an idea if that doesn't work out.
I do not have blacksmith tools.
Quick question, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Are there boxes for the door? Are there boxes for the doors? Considering we're in a door shop.
Make a perception check.
A crate of doors.
Damn.
8. It is doors. Just doors.
Okay.
Doors with wood.
Okay. Marco, I need you to
seeing as
run.
this-
Marco, I'm going to be
I
cashing
did
some
have
of
an
my own
idea
friendship points right-
if you don't mind me actually putting my 2 cents in.
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting you. I was about to cash in some friendship points, then you would go buy me some blacksmith tools.
That would be a good option. Do any of us happen to know any ways to make this look more like a suit of armor and less like an automaton we rip the insides of out?
I think that would also require blacksmith tools.
Well, I mean with magic. Because that would mean we don't need to buy blacksmith tools.
I could turn my sword into a hot knife, but that doesn't mean it's going to cut like butter.
Fair enough.
I do not have a illusion.
I guess one of us needs to venture out into the desert and find a blacksmith.
Listen, I'm already taking this thing apart for you. I'm not doing it.
Oh wait, is Levi still like conscious?
Make a.
He's in my pocket.
He's disassembled. The parts don't fit in the pocket.
He's in my inside of my coat pocket.
He's in hammer space. Make a knowledge arcana check.
To know if he can still respond to us?
Yeah.
As opposed to just asking and seeing if he replies?
Would you like me to do it?
You can try. Because as of right now, he has not said anything.
Okay. Hey, Levi. You up?
There's no answer.
Okay, fair enough.
15. Cicely, you have the cerebrum, which is, for all intents and purposes, equivalent to the brain. So, probably not.
Wait, when did we split? When did we split up the parts? I thought I had them all.
You have it. This is a collective you.
Oh.
Oh, I thought that
I thought
Yeah.
you somehow randomly assigned different parts to different people. Like we were some kind of Neanderthal sharing a meal.
Pass the parts
Oh,
around,
yes.
boys.
I have the legs. But yeah, no, I guess in lieu of the fact that Levi can't give us instructions,
I will go.
please and thank you. In the meantime, would you mind hiding? Or rather, more specifically, I'm going to... Aaron, can I perception check to see if there are any... Or rather, I guess it wouldn't be perception. But can I check to see if there are any magical or collapsing doors? Like, in the sense of, like, a door that you can carry around in a backpack that you can, uncollapse and turn back into a door.
Make an arcana check.
I would like to assist him.
Make an
Thank
arcana
you.
check.
Because I think you know why I want this.
Life has many doors, Marco. This door has a lot of them. But not
Alright. Hey, Aaron, how long do I have to look to see if I can find what I'm looking for?
Well, that'll depend on Sicily.
You can
'Cause I'll
keep
do
looking. You can keep looking.
You know what? Hold on, Marco. Let me try looking and you help me.
Sure thing.
15.
That's a 15.
Many doors. None of these are magical.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna
Marco,
look at
I've
every
come
door.
to the conclusion that these are just regular fucking doors.
I'm gonna look at every door until Cicely comes back. Aaron, you can tell me the fruits of my labor or the non-fruits of my non-labor when she gets back.
Okay.
But I think you know what I'm looking for and why.
Okay.
If you don't, I can PM you.
As I cut away, Kai. All right. What are you doing?
That's a good question. I don't know.
So yeah.
You've just been walking.
No. We're going to Zola's.
Okay.
Who's that?
Yep.
I already forgot who that was.
She's listed
Is that
in
the
my.
snake lady?
She's listed in my thing as Snake Mommy, but yeah.
And with that, I'm gonna get up from my chair for a
I
second.
think her name is pinned somewhere in Blood Price. So
It's Zola. Zola.
I like this. I like where this is going. Thank you for thinking.
Okay. You got head back towards the pier-facing bar.
Can I inspect the card on our way there?
Sure. As you kind of twirling it in your hands, one side is black, this side is just red, like this deep red.
Is the original symbol of the hold on, I have it. The original symbol of the swan.
The swan is there.
Is it on the red side or the black side?
Black side.
But now there's just a red.
There's a red side on the other side. Yeah.
You know what? I think it just means that it's occupied. I'm gonna leave that alone. It's at full capacity.
So you guys head back. You guys head back to the bar, and you open the door again to a much less dense bar. The naval presence still in the town has gotten a lot of the riffraff out of the pier area where they're stationed. So there's a lot more dopey kobolds around.
What is promotion?
So I have 2 objectives while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
The first is to buy the boat. The second is to pay a few people to work for me, basically.
So why did you bring me then?
Oh, because you are very persuasive. You are a bundle of joy.
I do like flattery. All right. I suppose I do have some money for a boat.
You head towards. You go up to one of the kobolds, and it looks at you and goes,
I need to speak to Zola. Can you?
There's this like empty-looking glare at you before it like nods its head and turns and walks underneath the bar. Goes to the dwarven bartender. They whisper back and forth. The kobold goes back underneath the bar to you and looks at you and goes, follow now, and turns on its heel and walks towards the back, leading you to a door that opens and leads down into the like cavern that runs to the basement of this bar.
All right.
It leads you down, and you find yourself back in the very dimly bordering on. What's dark? Do you have dark vision?
Pax does. I don't think either of us do.
I can pretend.
So neither of you see anything down here. You just
tell me what's going on.
You just kind of feel. You smell gunpowder, and occasionally you feel the shift of something scaly around you.
We must be in her room.
I'm gonna telepathically ask Pax, where the fuck are we?
I got you. Where? Nope, I mistyped that.
Oh boy.
Aaron, we know what Pack sounds like now. You don't need to
No, it's telepathically. You shut up. Ari, I think we're here.
You guys hear a voice go, and welcome back. Nice to see you.
Nice to hear you too.
That's weird, but welcome.
I don't have. I can't see in the dark.
Oh, that's poor for you. So, how was hunting?
Well,
it
oh,
was
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it was fun. Your boat helped us so much. We were able to take them out, you know. And we're very grateful in your debt. And because your boat helped so well, we were wondering if we could get another, perhaps one suited for long-term travel. Or if you have any recommendations for us, because being as though that we are now sort of like partners and we're like an official group called King's Raid, by the way, listen out for us. King's Road, whoops. It would be awesome. It would be awesome if you could just keep helping us.
Well, unfortunately, I do not own a ship like that.
Well, what do you own? I think we can make do.
The ships I own are repurposed from other means, and they're mainly built for just running to the islands around here.
Ari, this is your venture. What do you want to do about that?
They're good for coastal travel. Is that correct?
I assume so. I haven't any complaints.
Well, that's good because I think since Grayscale isn't around, I think you should fill his niche. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Child,
And I'm just trying to help and get a cut of it.
I make a persuasion check.
I'll assist.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. 35.
Oh, you didn't even need it.
I already have plans, but that's not really my racket. Though I'm touched you thought of me. I prefer to play both sides.
Do you have any means of land travel that we could perhaps invest in?
I don't leave the city much.
But you have connections.
Are you looking for a boat or something for land?
At this point, I don't care, but Ari...
I would prefer a boat, but something on land would still do us nicely. See, this is my business plan, and I'm gonna let Kai. I'm gonna let you know this too. So, Nisha was recently annexed, conquered, whatever, by Praedia.
Almost fully.
Yeah, so there's a market for people that just want to feel safe in their own homes. So, you could supply us with low-grade weapons, and we give them to people deeper into Nisha or on coastal cities.
Are you suggesting that I undercut my sisters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
There's this long pause before she goes, I like it. Up front, though, I do require a down payment.
How much are we talking?
That's why we're here.
How's 1,200 gold?
1,200?
I look at Kai because I
would like to negotiate that price down. And because I have that. And this is a service we would be providing, right?
Proficient. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So perfect. Wow. Okay, we didn't even roll.
What are you gonna say?
I brought you.
What are you gonna say?
Down payments mean it's a portion of the total amount, right? Like that's just me asking as an individual.
It means in the event the ship is sunk, you die, or you are imprisoned, I don't lose my investment.
Oh, this is like a security.
Yes.
I see. Well, at 1,200 price range, makes it sound like you don't trust us. Considering we took out one of the biggest crime syndicates that was plaguing this town for how long? And we did that in the span of 48 hours? 72, give or take? And you think that we can't just travel around a couple of weapons?
Make me a persuasion check. $900 gold. And in addition, I will not crew it. Those costs are on you.
May I have let me have a word with him real quick because I really like that price. I really do. Let's just talk.
All right. Do you want to like huddle in the darkness? We don't even know where she is.
I mean, she can hear us. It doesn't really matter. We're hashing out deals between us.
Also message me like we don't have to whisper.
I mean, I can. I don't want to be rude. I want to let her know that like, hey, we need some time to discuss this. But yes, we do like that deal. All right, so I do have I have 500 gold that I can front, so you don't have to put up 400. So you don't have to put up like exactly half.
Sure. Yeah. I'll cover the rest right now.
Yeah. That being said, if the crew like wants money, you know, like I will need help for that, but you know,
I'm sure that you plan on hiring once we're done here.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to talk to the rest of the party about that one. I don't know if they're gonna want a bunch of lackeys following us around.
Oh, they're not gonna be following us around. We're gonna send them to do something, and if they die, I don't know what we'll do if they die.
I see.
They shouldn't.
Oh, you're sending. So you want to send people to do the deliveries for us?
Yeah.
Considering what I just told her, that does not sound like a smart idea.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I guess we'll just have to get our own, get a crew, and then we'll just do stops as we go.
We'll have to handpick these crews, or we'll just have to make pit stops along the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right. I'm gonna give Zola. Here is 500 gold. How's it doing?
I will put 400 gold at my feet because I don't know where. Actually, no. I'm gonna give the gold to Pax, and Pax is gonna fly it to her.
Pax cannot carry that much gold. Pax cannot carry that much gold.
How much can Pax carry?
It is physically above his weight.
Aaron, how close can I get to Zola?
No, Ari, just give me the gold. Pax can lead me to her. Give me the gold, Ari.
I can't. We both know I can't do that.
Do you not trust me?
Just leave.
No, I trust you.
I'll have one of the kobolds get it.
You want that kobold? I just want to. All right, Zola. I don't want to disrespect you. We'll do what you want to do. I was just trying to hand you the gold, trying to make everybody's life easier. My bird can see in the dark. I just thought it would. That's fine. That's fine.
Look.
All right, let's. I'm gonna put the gold down.
Zola's talking.
I like what you're doing. It's fine. I need about 4 days.
4 days.
Finish cleaning the ships of gunpowder.
If I give you an extra 100 gold, can you make that 2 days?
No.
All right, it was worth a shot.
Is 4 days a problem?
It would be
Yes.
much more convenient. I wouldn't say it's a problem, but it's much more convenient if we do it.
What's the issue?
Well, the issue is that we were already tasked with finding remnants of Grayscale's Legion, so we kind of have to head out soon.
Do you know where you're going?
I have an idea. Ari, do you know exactly where it is?
Hold on, would I know?
No.
We'll know in 2 days.
Look. I just need to know where you're going.
We'll come back before we leave.
More inland in Kreytarr, there are canals and get a ship into the inland.
Okay. Can we come back with that information in a day or so?
That is fine.
All right, we will see you shortly
if you
then.
have this much money, feel free to bring your friends. I do have guns to sell.
With pleasure.
Marco would like that.
Listen, Zola, I hope that this business relationship really flourishes into something special.
I hope you don't die.
That's funny, Zola. I'm not gonna die. Not yet. I have things to accomplish.
Okay. So with that out of the way,
there's still more things we need to do, Aaron.
Why do you want to buy kobolds? Leave them alone.
Back
I don't want the kobolds.
You want to buy kobolds?
No, they're. I don't. Listen. They may be cheap, but they're idiots, and we can't have
At
those.
least Ollie recognizes that much.
Back in shops and dining, Sicily. It is just nothing. It is just stores and people and noise and crowds and
I'm
food.
looking for a general shop.
Make a perception check. 7. Natural 1. There's stores.
You know, I had a feeling this would happen, but I really hoped it wouldn't.
Stores. Places of commerce exist.
I'm sending you my energy, Karen. Maybe I should stop doing that, actually.
Right?
It is just crowds. Just crowds.
Can these things go die? Why did we not ask the questions first?
Because we didn't think we'd need it.
Because we're stupid.
We didn't think Aaron was gonna give us Mr. X.
Am I looking? Can I find anything else?
The stores around you are they're just no help here. There's like a perfume shop, like a bakery that specializes in bread. There's nothing here that's helping you.
Mother of God. Let's go into a store and ask.
That's a bad idea, but okay.
You've got a perfume shop, you've got a bakery, you've got a leather worker.
Leather worker!
Okay.
They might know where their cousins are.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I feel like we've been in the leather worker's shop before, actually.
Actually, wait, didn't you have to pick something up from the leather worker at some point?
No, I think we asked him something at one point.
Let's go in.
So, you make your way into this shop, which is currently being man by this, like, oh, my bad. Actually, I have like an actual list here on my desk. It is a dragonborn, a green dragonborn, who is in the process of tanning, and behind him there's some hides that are being stretched out and kind of cleaned. You see a fair variety of pelts in different stages of the process here. It's not crowded. You see about, for a decently sized shop, about 5 people kind of picking through some of the stuff. The dragonborn doesn't seem necessarily busy. Kind of half through tanning something behind the counter. He looks up at you as you enter and he goes, "Can I help you?"
Do you I need to ask. Sorry, I need to ask direction questions, and I know it might be hard.
I can attempt.
No hope, huh?
I can attempt. I can attempt.
Okay. Might you know where there's a general store of some sort?
What are you looking to buy?
Blacksmith tools.
Okay, well, thing is, I don't know where that is. But, luckily, some of the stores have started to diversify slightly. Just keep some odds and ends in case something like this happens.
Fight the power.
And because we belong to the same guild, union, it's weird. Because we're all in the same general house, I have a variety of tools. I will say they are marked up slightly because it's not my trade, and this does step on some toes. So
fair enough.
Okay. For a set of blacksmith tools, this will cost you 55 gold.
How much? Sorry.
55.
55? Might as well. I'm rather not deal with that.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not your issue. It's this place.
Yeah, I know. You hand him the gold, and he goes to the back and comes back with a case of blacksmith materials. He goes, "Okay, everything's in there. I'm sorry.
No.
There's I put in a fennec pelt in there. Just it's tan, so I mean not tan. It's a tiny pelt, tiny creature. Just so there's something. Is there anything else?
Very much. No, you've done more than enough.
I'm sorry.
No. Let's just agree to blame the management and leave it at that.
The bread shop's nice. You want bread?
I might pass by a few loaves.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Good luck.
What a nice man. What a nice man.
A man who's very tired of his choice of locale, it sounds like.
I cannot wait for somebody to walk into a shops and dining store and go, "Is this the flower shop?" And it's like, "No, but we have tulips in the back." Just take them.
Make another perception check, Cicely.
Oh no. Oh.
Okay. Okay. You very slowly and very diligently retrace.
I will also just buy like 3 loaves of bread for each of us. Okay. So 1 for each of us. So how much would that be?
3 gold. 3 gold pieces. Yeah. You very slowly and very diligently retrace your steps back to the door store. Kind of working through the crowds as best as you can. after about 20 minutes, you're back.
Mm-hmm.
In that point in time, have I made any discoveries?
They're all doors. They're all very well made doors, but they're all doors.
Yes, but can I put any of them in my bag?
No.
Okay,
in an expression of like, in a general like position of this shit has happened before. I'm just taking a nap in the corner against a wall.
The door opens and Cicely comes back with 3 loaves of bread and a blacksmith's case.
And she looks very visibly exhausted.
Marco's like, you're a lie!
Mm.
Barely.
Man, I get why the old guy likes sleeping there. It's so... Man,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wake him up in a bit to ask about the doors, but that's not important right now. Did you find the tools?
Look in my hands. That'll give you your answer.
Alright.
I see bread.
Yes.
I see you've gotten lost in shops and dining too. It happens to the best of us. It's okay. You didn't have to actually buy anything from the store you got lost in.
I didn't buy anything from the store I lost, and I bought something from the store next door. Because I was hungry, and I imagine all of us will be after, and we might as well eat something.
Oh, that's neat. Thank you.
Fair enough, I suppose.
One?
So,
Yeah, so each of them both get 1 loaf of bread.
Okay. I'll rip my piece of bread in half and then put my other half next to the halfling who's asleep.
I'm just going to bite into it.
as you're eating, what are you doing with the what are you doing with Levi's now?
I don't know,
And
Aaron.
what
What
body?
choice do we have?
Oh, you got
I don't know.
blacksmith tools.
I haven't been handed the blacksmith tools yet.
Oh, did we?
No,
I
She
wasn't-
would've had Polo, she would've
I
had
was
the wood
I was
bread.
handed bread like a gamer on the grind.
Yes, I was also handed bread. I was also led to believe somehow, even after listening to that you somehow didn't get the tools.
Make me. Oh boy. Make
Okay.
a Smith tools check. So this is
No.
gonna be. Are you
No.
proficient in Smith tools?
No, I am not.
So roll straight intelligence.
Can I help?
No, because you are not proficient either.
Okay.
Okay, Marco. I want you to look at me. I am nowhere near as proficient in these as I hold up the blacksmith tools than those as I point to the pocket that I put the Tinker's tools back. However,
Marco nods like a Banjo-Kazooie character.
Where's your weird noise, Marco?
Cicely's just
I'll get
over
back to you
there
on that.
nomming
It's
on-
probably a bow twang sound. Boing, 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 boing.
now I'm disclosing this
Cicely's just
in that I'm
No-
going to try
gnawing on
my
the bread.
best. As
Mm-hmm.
I say, with half the bread sticking out of my mouth because I'm like still holding it.
I
You
want
have the bread.
roll me straight intelligence, Victor.
I'm just gonna take.
Straight-
I'm just gonna say a quick prayer in real life.
Heart of the card. Actually, no, not Heart of the Cards. Heart of the Cards is bullshit.
18.
I wish I helped.
What's the Dungeon Dice Monsters version of Heart of the Cards?
There isn't one.
Heart of the dice.
Spleen of the dice.
Luck of the dice.
Guys, my game isn't Duel Monsters.
I am sweating profusely as I use.
This is hard.
I keep wiping his sweat with the feathery bits of a bow.
No, hold on. No, hold on. Time out. I pull out the Tinker's tools. There's a towel in there. I hand it to
Even doing
I wrap it around his head.
even doing the best you can, it's still like slapdash work. Like you're less disassembling and more just pulling and yanking.
So how long?
Sort of like a
at
dad
the
assembling
proficiency
shell.
that I am performing at, how long will it take to get this thing apart in
It's
a
not.
form
it's
enough
not-
that we can collectively
It's not
slug it out?
terribly long. It's about 15 minutes, but
Okay.
it is not pretty.
I was gonna say,
it's
alternatively to taking it apart, is there a way that we can just alter it to make it not look like a shops and dining automaton?
It's less.
Too
no.
late.
It's
I
less.
mean, that's what I thought the plan was originally.
It's less unscrewing and more just yanking. There are bits here you just lose. They go into the either you just lose like 4 screws taking an arm off. It's just they're gone. Not getting them back.
Aaron, I got a question. Aaron, I have a question. You ever put together a Gundam figure?
Yeah.
Is it like the reverse of that?
It's like putting together a Gundam figure that's made of like candy glass.
So
it is not fun.
As someone who has, in real life, sworn profusely while under the construction of a Gundam figure, because that one fucking piece wouldn't come out of the goddamn plastic, and it ended up breaking it trying just to get it out.
Yeah.
I have never related more to my character. Any semblance.
But over the course of 15 minutes of just yanking and pulling and cutting and banging, you get them down to pieces. It's not pretty.
Okay.
One of the arms is longer than the other somehow, and
Marco.
But Aaron, could it be worse?
Marco.
It could definitely be worse.
Marco.
Okay then.
Marco.
Yeah, I'm here.
Check the 7 doors to the right. I think I saw the other half of the arm go there.
I check.
You open the door and just 3 screws.
I take the 3 screws.
Don't know how they got there, but they got there somehow. But it is disassembled to the best of your abilities at the present moment.
There's a part of me that wanted to close the door and then open the door again to see if the screws would magically vanish. And knowing you, that would have happened.
Wait, they weren't in the 7th? They weren't in the 7th, Marco?
No.
Try the 5th.
I try the 5th.
Nothing.
6th?
I close it. I open the 5th again.
Nothing.
Okay. I give up.
I swear I saw the other half of the arm somewhere. I open the 6th door.
It is another door.
I wish you could see, like, the fucking real-life tired in-game mathematics equations that are forming across my face as I slowly close the 6th door.
Do we have Levi sufficiently hidden now, or
disassembled? You can try to smuggle him. He is
okay.
All right. I think we're gonna start getting that ready because my test audience is asleep in the room and I want to wake him up.
Now I have immensely deep pockets.
You can.
Yet even I do not think I
going
can
to be
hide all.
stealth checks from all 3 of you.
Okie doke.
Wait, stealth checks?
Stealth checks.
I almost wrote stealth on the wrong character. I was like, Marco doesn't have a 17 stealth. He has a 10, which he needed.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. Okay.
Why is it that whenever I need to roll stealth, I'm bad at it, despite the +10, and then whenever I don't need it, I'm like a god?
So, Marco. So, all 3 of you feel reasonably secure in your hiding spaces for the parts and pieces of...
For the test of this, hey, halfling man who is half asleep, did you notice that we have bits of automaton sticking out of our bags?
You're gonna go talk to him?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah,
Okay.
That was the whole point of me, stealthing up now.
You head up to the desk and you kind of... How do you wake him up? See, he is out.
It's a good way to wake him up. I will remove all the bullets from the Dragoon pistol, and I will just fire a blank right next to his ear.
I am
blindness, deafness.
There's like a...
Marco. Marco, you even if it was a blank, you fired a fire rod in a crowded mall. What the
School
fuck?
shooter?
No one was gonna die.
I'm awake.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning. I'm fine. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you if you have any magical doors.
I make doors.
Yes. Do you make any doors that have magical properties?
No.
Good to know. Thank
I
you
make
very much.
doors.
We'll be on our way. You can go back to
Are you
sleep. I
trying
left you have.
Are you trying to leave shops and dining?
Don't worry. I think we'll be fine.
Oh, because I have a door that just lets you leave.
Oh,
We'll
that's
take
incredibly
it.
nice of you.
Well, can we go through it without paying, or?
100 gold per person.
How about I just leave you a piece of bread?
I know where the bread store is.
No, you don't.
I don't. That was a blatant lie.
I'm glad I just called that out.
The price remains 100 gold.
I'd rather find the exit on my own.
Is
I
this
would
how
also
he
rather
makes
find
his
the exit
money?
on
No
my
one
own,
buys
sir.
doors, so he just traps them.
Frankly, sir, maybe, if you had a magic door that I could keep with me, I would have considered it. But frankly, sir, I've given you half a piece of bread and you've already wasted my time.
That's
But I do
fair.
hope you have a pleasant day.
You too.
God, you're selling me on customer service in real life.
Alright, bye-bye now.
I'll give you leave.
I am going to take this opportunity to reassess my stealth.
You feel reasonably sneaky.
Does Cicely have to reassess stealth?
You
or-
feel
Well,
reasonably
no,
sneaky.
I was going to reassess stealth because I was like, alright, time for the real deal.
You feel reasonably sneaky.
Yes,
I don't believe you,
Cicely just
Aaron.
going.
Okay.
You feel reasonably sneaky.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking. We'll assume a sandwich-like formation, hiding Marco between us as we have rolled a much higher stealth than he has.
That is something I would like to propose.
I want
being
all
I
I want all
Well-
three of you to make these survival checks.
Oh no!
well, can I role play out of this?
Get in the box.
I want all you.
I want to be free.
If you're leaving, I want survival checks to find the exit.
Can we not just use perception?
This is gonna be survival.
Can I roll a Dario survival check?
Go for it.
Oh, I need to see what the Raven survival stat is.
Not
It's
good.
just your wisdom's modifier, I'm pretty sure.
Because I feel like we need it right now.
Aaron, I'll spend the money when I'm good and ready, but I'm not going to spend $100 on exit.
Hey.
Well,
no,
it did better than Marco.
I did not say what the outcomes of the rolls are. So,
I feel cheated.
between the three of you,
You mean the four of us?
for
I prefer we are counted as two, Aaron.
You mean the 3.8 of us?
The 358 over 2 days of us.
Wow, I hated that. I feel the need to punch Sakura now.
I don't know why.
You guys kind of walk. Start passing a lot of stores. A lot of stores. A lot of people. A lot of automatons. A lot of constructs.
Aaron, don't leave me dry. Do we make it or do we not?
Keep going. You keep going. Keep going. Every now and then you stop and you try to reassess the situation.
I would never stop.
You keep going. Past all the shops and dining
I
signs.
feel like I'm going progressively faster the more time we are spending.
Aaron, I've got your number.
You keep going. And you eventually find your way to the front doors, to the exit.
Okay, because when you were like the front doors and it's like, the Apple Store.
Oh no!
I'd be like, oh god damn it.
Oh no, the branded helmet that has a light on it.
Actually, if I were to go to the front doors of the Apple Store at this point, I think I would attempt to buy the decanter of Endless Bees.
and
Oh
you
no.
and you exit shops and dining.
Thank you.
This has been the worst. How about I look up toward the sun. How many hours has passed?
You look up. Make me a knowledge. Oh God. Nature? Nature.
Knowledge sun?
Nature. Total time.
Can I help?
Sure, yeah. I'll say.
Because I am good at those.
18.
18? About 2 hours.
This has been one of the least pleasurable 2 hours of my life.
You did a good deed.
And I had my skull caved in earlier this week.
You did a good deed, which might pay off, and you never know when it will.
Okay,
So,
so.
Margaret, your boundless optimism never ceases to amaze me.
Marco just gives a knowing look.
We could take how would you guys feel about a break here? It's up to you guys. I can keep going. Up to you guys.
Does everyone else want to take break?
Aaron, I will say this: if
It's
I
10 tonight,
take a
keep
break
going.
now, I might fall asleep mid-session.
Keep going. Keep
Go.
going, boys.
Okay. We're not gonna. Okay.
But what,
I don't know
okay.
about anyone else.
I was going to say, why not just
I'm
talk
doing
during
pretty
the
good.
break if that's the problem?
I had a long day. Rap.
I'm sorry, bud.
Were
I
you
just
there
wanted
for?
to get myself some cereal.
Were you
but I
there for my
didn't do
list
that.
of things that happened?
No, but we can
Okay,
continue the
so-
session.
Okay, so Sock was looking for Aldracanius. Ari and Kai, where are you going now?
Oh, okay. I'm not. All right, I'm gonna go back to
Hold on,
Trolley
where are you
Lost.
going now?
We are going to a bar. Not not like
What's
you
your
know
passive
the
perception?
my passive perception is 14.
Yeah, I'm at 13.
As you're walking, you get to like a crossroads, and you see Sock about a block away.
Do you wanna?
He looks busy.
come out?
Let's go.
Oh wow! All right.
How would?
I mean, how far away is Sakura?
About a block.
I'm
Like
gonna wave.
in feet.
15 feet.
Oh,
That's
15
not a
feet. I'll
block.
message him. I'll message him. Sakura. Sakura.
What?
Sakura.
I'm looking around now, like, oh god, where are you?
Look up.
Oh,
Like in the sky.
what? Are you dead?
Yeah, so things didn't go well with Zola.
I need a deception check.
Longy, if you ever did that to me, I'd punch you, but boy do I think this is actually funny.
Aaron, does he have to roll deception for this?
Shit, make me a deception check.
Yeah.
And of course, because it's Longy, he's gonna roll a great deception check.
Either. Are you looking? Oh, I was gonna say, are you looking
Oh.
up? Like you're just looking straight up?
He said look up, so I'm gonna look up. I looked up, and then he said he died, and I was like, oh. How are you talking to me? Is it because of my paladin thing, or?
Nah, talk to God. He was like, you know what? I'll give you like one chance to make amends with people.
What do you need to make amends for? We're good.
I stole your money, and he was like, that wasn't cool. So
Wait, what?
I'm sorry.
When? What?
Or
How?
make me a con save.
Oh, a con save?
Con save. 18. You feel cold.
Hold on, I feel like I'm actually dying for a second. 90, Sakura, 90 degrees down. I'm right in front of you.
Oh. Why did you say that?
I thought it'd be funny.
You feel bitingly cold.
Hey, is it cold in here, or is it just me? Out here?
I think it's just you. I feel fine.
Hey, is that Loa still around you? Is it the Loa that's following Sakura?
The
The
what?
what?
You know, the Loa that...
The Loa was a thing between you
Oh,
and
the
Victor.
lower. Yeah, that was not Sakura.
Wait, who was it? Was it Victor?
Victor.
Oh. Huh. Alright, well, I don't know what that is. It didn't talk to me, so I don't know why it would be around me. But I'm cold, so I'm gonna just... Hey, Kai, do you have to shoot your fireball, or can you just like hover it around something?
Oh, cool.
So,
Kai.
Anyway, Soccer, what were you saying?
I said I just paper flame around you. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
All right, what were we saying, Sakura?
yeah, so what are you guys up to?
Well, we got a ship. We got some. We're getting we've done some investing today.
Wait, you
For
got
the
a
future.
ship?
Yes.
Have you guys been talking about the rest of the party? Because I'm not really in the loop on the whole ship thing.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be delivered to us.
Wait, what?
Listen, we're gonna do a bit of trading. That's a lie, by the way, if anyone's wondering. Yeah, we're gonna do a bit of trading, and it's gonna make me and Kai some money. We're looking for a crew right now. If you want to join in, get some drinks.
I'm
Give
gonna
us some
keep
of your
looking
gold
for.
to buy the-
I'm gonna keep looking for Algicanius.
Alright, good luck with that.
But like this whole ship thing, it's not like you're taking the whole party with you, right? You're just paying.
once we get
the
the
ship,
we can travel with it.
Yeah, and the ship's gonna have its own crew, so it doesn't really need us.
Okay, just talk to the group more about it. I guess I don't know.
But
Why
it's
do you want a ship?
free.
Why do I want a ship?
Yeah.
I message him. I'm gonna type it in.
I know the obvious reason, but why now?
Because he's gonna be king of the pirate.
I message back. Yeah, I know the fucking obvious reason, but why now? Oh, by the way, you know that peace thing that you were interested in?
Mostly because we needed one. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, DT has it, but she's not here anymore.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm gonna collect the 9 pieces eventually, so we'll run into her eventually, you know.
Oh, but why do you
We'll
need
see
the
her.
boat now?
Because it's a boat, it's a good mode of transportation. There are waterways, lakes, rivers.
I guess.
I don't like walking.
Let's just talk about it with the crew before we go ahead and make the decision that we're suddenly going on a boat. We do
don't
have to
need
go back to.
Oh, we're not going on boat. We're going by foot. The boat's being delivered to us.
Okay, just remember that we have to go back to Hema at some point.
Yeah, we can make it to boat. We can make it to Hema by boat.
I
Alright.
stare at God.
Make a
Completely
What's your
langed.
go-to?
make me a wisdom.
Saving throw for saying something so stupid.
Make me a general intelligence check.
Intelligence?
Yes. So, Hema is on land. It is completely landlocked. You got here by carriage because there were no trains that ran out to Kreytarr from Hema, and it is landlocked. So, boats cannot, in fact, go from Kreytarr to Hema.
I don't correct Ari, I just look at him, I pat him on the shoulders, and I'm gonna go back to looking for Algicanius. If you guys see him, just tell him to meet us in his office, I guess.
Wasn't there a river right next to... Wait, no, that was the ghost town, or the town where the demons...
Regardless, it doesn't lead directly out here.
Yeah.
So, Sakura, you leave. Your 19 investigation check. I'll say this: you begin walking through the streets of Kreytarr, and kind of heading towards the west side. Uh, you are you asking around like if anyone has seen Aldracanius, or are you just like how are you investigating?
Well, obviously I'm asking, has anyone seen Aldracanius? I'm looking for him, any information regarding his whereabouts or his current status as his office was raided, stuff like that.
As you're asking around, you do come across one half-elven woman, kind of older, for a human, looks to be like for a human comparison about 50s, mid 50s, who looks at you and says, she saw him with a white tiefling woman.
A white tiefling woman?
Yeah.
Do you remember where you last saw them?
They went towards some of the I don't want to say it's like some of the buildings a bit out, like about 4 blocks that way. They're smaller shops that aren't really in the big market. That's where they were headed. It looks like.
Thanks. What's your name?
Mira.
Mira? Thank you, Mira.
No problem. Do you follow?
Yeah, I follow.
Okay. So you head off towards the shops, like smaller ones, and at this point, the roads kind of narrow to where there were like two sides in the street. There's one. It's just like straight, winding, one-way streets. And as you're walking, you notice hold on a second. That's weird. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a small kind of painted over the door. It looks like, and where the paint's peeling, it just says clinic.
Oh
and
boy.
It's kind of white paint, and it lines over a red door, and then off to the side of it there is a storm cellar.
Is the clinic door open or the storm cellar cellar open? Huh?
You would have to check.
All right, I want to try the door
they're
first.
closed. You checking which one?
I'm checking the door first.
Yeah. You put your hand on the door and you open it. It's open, and it is pitch black inside.
I got dark vision.
You do. So seeing in only shades of gray, it is cold. There's no candles in the brazier. It is this mess of papers and medical supplies and flasks and chemicals and mixtures, and just kind of the actual chemicals themselves, like the alchemical mixes, are all organized. But there are papers and general supplies kind of just tossed about. And it looks like it's been abandoned for a while.
All right. Does it look like people were here recently?
You have to step inside because right now you're in the doorway.
I want to enter.
Okay. As you enter, the door slams behind you.
Like naturally or unnaturally?
No, it just closes.
Aaron, can I roll a perception check to see what's around me?
Yeah.
In case there's anything else I missed.
10.
Cherry gets shanked in an abandoned clinic. More at 11.
It is just
you walked into willingly.
It is
Yeah.
just papers and flasks and chemicals. It smells like alcohol. You don't see anything.
I'm gonna try to open the door.
Okay. Put your hand on the door to open it, and it doesn't open. What's your passive perception?
Passive would be a 13.
Good to know.
Huh.
There are still windows. They don't seem to be like it's weird. They look like they're mainly for, I don't know what they call it, like the display windows.
Mm-hmm.
And then on one side, like the locking mechanism is just jammed shut.
And I already shut the door and it was locked, right?
The door's locked, yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. So he's getting his phone call. Ari, Kai, going to a bar?
Going to a bar.
Any bar?
Kai, I like. Would it be distasteful to go to one of Grayscale's old bars?
No, that's just reallocating the the work, the help.
I don't think we should call them the help, but I agree.
I feel a presence looming, and I don't know where it's coming from, but it feels like Marco.
Promotion.
I can't wait to not hire some kobolds. All right.
So
Yeah, not Cobalt.
you find your way to a rather seedy looking dive bar called the Black Jaguar. It is dimly lit. There is a constant haze of smoke of some sort from somewhere in this building. The clientele looks rough and weathered. Looks rough, man.
All right. Well, these people certainly have nothing to live for. They have a concept for opportunity. Ari.
Do they?
I don't know why you're asking me.
I'm just gonna walk inside. It's gonna, Ari's doing the whole "I'll manage." I guess I'll do the work.
Guy just walks in.
I'm gonna head straight to the bar. I'm gonna go to the bartender.
I will follow. Yeah, I'll just follow. I'll just take the lead.
Hold on. Let's pull back. Let's pull back for just a moment. Ari, you might want to change to a tougher looking face from the side. I necessarily can't do that, but you can. or at least a face that looks like it wants to command. Okay.
What face of mine do you think that is?
I don't you have a what's Yorin again?
Oh yeah, the Dragonborn. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Yeah, I'll change this to the Dragonborn.
All right. Yeah. Now I'm gonna make my way to the bartender.
Okay. So with the mulligan, you guys both head over towards the bar. And this kind of older male human, bald head, kind of salt and pepper graying beard, darker skin, kind of leaned over the counter. Afternoon.
Afternoon. Can we have, for my associate and I, 2 of your most popular drinks?
We have ale and grog.
I'll take the ale. What would you
I'll
like?
take the grog.
He hands you drinks that's 3 gold each.
I'll take care of it. I give him the 6 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And all right. So, are you familiar with a lot of the people in this bar?
No.
No. Do you hear any talk about people looking for work?
Yeah.
Where can you point us? And how willing do they sound?
Ken looks up. Work or work?
I look at Yorin.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but there's a mighty big business for work. You know?
You need to ask around then.
All right.
I will warn you. Just put it out there. Not much sailing to be done.
How did he get that impression? Can I insight? How did he get that impression?
Make an insight check.
He said sailing, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
There are actually reasons that can imply why he would say that without knowing, but I'll
Nat
wait.
1.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Never mind.
Hey, out of
I'm no
character,
longer-
can I mention something?
Sure.
Hey, remember how for the past 72-ish hours there have been Navy around the port?
Ah, I see.
That's your answer.
Yeah, Kai's not
News
really
hasn't
paying
traveled
attention.
yet.
Kai's not paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna down my drink and then immediately go to I would like to check for Yorin, what am I looking for?
You're looking for.
Am I looking for impressionable people or people who are dumb enough to listen to us?
Look for people with foreign like. Oh man, what is something? Well, I have a magic trick that I'd like to show you real quick, Kai.
I'm looking.
All right, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to use prestidigitation, right?
Mm-hmm.
To manipulate a few gold coins in my hand, and then like, whoosh, they disappeared.
I think that's more mind of illusion. Can prestidigitation even do?
You can make small trinkets.
Okay, so yeah, I'll say that's easy enough to do. You do so?
Cool trick. Is that how you want to get these people?
It's more of a magic. It's a parlor trick. I don't know if people are gullible enough to. Do you feel like if I showed you that you would join me along for money?
Honestly, no.
Yeah, so then no. But it was a cool trick, right?
Yeah, it's cool enough. It's a conversation starter, I guess.
Seen better.
All right. Well,
What's the nature of the work you're looking for?
Mostly.
did someone come up? Did someone come up to us, or is it the
No,
bartender?
Still the bartender.
Yeah, we're looking for. Yeah, just getting things to places.
Sea or land?
Yes.
Both.
Look. No one here is crazy enough to, one, get on a boat from here with the Navy in town, and two, to get on the seas with the Black Death about.
What if we can get?
Whoa.
Wait. Hold on.
Black Death?
Alright, make a knowledge history check.
I'm excited. Fuck.
It is the pirate name given to Evan Brother.
Senior or junior?
Senior.
Senior. Oh. Well,
Yo, relay that in.
it's
Do you tell me this information?
yeah, one of Evan Feather's ships.
I see.
Senior, by the way,
given
not our friend.
Directly to him.
I think we are aware of these things, and I think we'll be able to handle them.
Yeah.
But thank you for the information.
We do have Navy uniforms to make it a bit easier.
So you just have a death wish then.
A death wish, goal for profit. Depends how you look at it.
Navy's in town. No one's getting on the water for the Navy in town.
And you know what? That's the thing is, no one is gonna remember their names, you know? But if you dream big enough, you gotta risk it sometimes.
The thing you're failing to understand here is that the nature of work that we're in, no one's going to know who we are or what we do. We will not be found. We will not be seen. And we surely won't cause any problems. But again, we really do appreciate the information that you're giving us.
Look, it's not happening in this town. Not now.
Do you know anyone who might be interested in the near future?
Not here.
All right.
All right, Aaron, change of plans. I'm looking for the scum of the earth. Where are they at in this bar?
It's scummy here.
No. I'm looking for. I stepped in this, but I didn't step in that puddle over there, which is significantly worse. I'm looking for. You're just the worst.
Lanchi's looking for I live in that puddle.
Ew.
Make an insight check, Ari. 13. No one here is that bad. Like this seems to be a mixture of day drunks and petty criminals.
Do you
I'm
You
gonna
know-
lean into
The bartender?
No,
Oh.
to you. And I'll stealth this if I have to, because I don't have message. Does the bartender hear anything that I'm about to say?
Maybe.
Whatever, that's fine. I'm gonna lean into urine. So this guy is saying that everyone in this bar is terrified of the Navy, which is fine. But unbeknownst to all of them, the Navy are leaving fairly soon. If not because we took out Graciela and they have nothing to do here, but because we made them look good. So, do you think it's worth letting some people in on that information, or should we just try to convince them? Keep that to ourselves.
We should let them know. I think it might be more like if there's someone that's potential, they're on the better side of that scum line. I think it'd be good to let them know.
All right, I'm done whispering. I'm gonna look around the bar. I'll what is it? Investigator insight. I'm looking for someone who looks like they want to do work.
Give me an insight check.
Okay. 15.
You get the sense that a lot of them are drinking just so they either don't have to be at work or at home.
God damn it.
It's
Bars of
it's all day drunks and people that cannot, for whatever reason, do their crime.
Yeah, I don't care. Ari, let's go find a different bar. I'm gonna start. You're in. I say you're in, not Ari. As we walk out, I'm gonna pickpocket 2 day drunks.
Make a sleight of hand check. Easy enough. You get 8 gold.
All right.
Here's the rest of the drinking money.
That covers our drinks.
So, meanwhile, in the clinic, Sakura.
Cool. Do I hear anything? I mean, off the perception check I did before, it's just same as it was before, right?
This is. Well, it was a 10.
Yeah. And my passive is 13, so.
You hear this faint burning. Like this faint sizzle.
Was there like a proximity to me? Near me? Is it like, does it sound like it's coming from downstairs or upstairs?
Just that, you can't place it.
You said the locking mechanism and the windows are jammed, right?
Yeah.
Can I still see through them?
You can still see through the windows, yeah. They're dirty.
I'm gonna take a look at the locking mechanism.
Okay. It's... Make an investigation check.
Alright. We 10 boys out here.
The kind of way it's broken and how it's broken, kind of being forced off at one side, and like from the inside too, means that this was broken intentionally. It's not like something from the outside broke it. Someone inside broke the lock. And this being at the base of the window and kind of out of the way, it's not like you can walk into this thing. It was this. Yeah, you have to break it.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to stealth myself while I walk around investigating the place.
Okay. Give me stealth and one more investigation check.
10 boys. Yeah! 10 boy hours.
Hang on. So as you're kind of keeping an eye out, you find a note on the desk, which you should now have in your handouts.
Sick. Got into contact with some noble from the Shaded Lands. Apparently he also has an interest in whatever this powder is, and has a supply of the stuff. That is specifically looking for me following my research at Lion's Arch. While it is nice to be wanted, whoever it is must be very well connected to know about that. Doesn't matter much though, as long as it keeps me in research material, I'll be alright. Not too happy with being shipped to the end of the Empire, but I'll make do. Aaron, was there like a name tag anywhere, or like a placard with the name of the doctor?
Not on the desk you've seen, no. Not
Okay.
you've seen. That faint sizzling picks up a little bit though.
Is there a direct staircase leading downstairs here?
It is singular. It is from what you see kind of looking around, it is one floor.
Okay.
It's much deeper than it is kind of tall. Where like the back of the actual clinic goes. But the building itself is kind of squat.
Are there any other rooms?
Off to your left-hand side, you can see a closed wooden door.
I'm gonna walk closer to it and see if I can hear anything.
You put your perception check. Don't hear anything.
Can I look at the keyhole?
You peek in, and you don't see anything.
Alright. Was it the only other room?
Off your side here, kind of walking in, there's a door to your left, and there's also a door to your right. I'm sorry.
Alright, I want to check the other door. Listen to it.
One more perception check. 22.
Yes!
You hear nothing.
Ah.
You hear nothing except the very faint sizzling.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay, you open the right door?
Yeah.
Okay. You open the right door to a bedroom. Kind of singular bed, nightstand on the side, kind of burnt out brazier, with kind of wax cooled into the bottom. A dresser, well maintained, decently clean, but the bed is still messy. No one's been here for a little bit.
I'm gonna close the door and then I'm gonna open the other door.
On the nightstand, you do see another note.
Oh, I'm gonna walk up to that nightstand and pick up the note.
It's now in your handouts.
All right. Aaron, on a 1 to 10 scale, how scary is this environment right now? Is it like a Resident Evil?
It's
7?
It is abandoned. It is an empty clinic.
Do I still hear like the
You still hear the sizzling.
and do I still hear like people outside, like busy streets and whatnot?
You still hear the moving people outside, yeah.
Okay, so it's not. It's like a 4 out of 10. Testing is going as expected. Exposure to the powder enhances physical attributes and aggression in subjects and is highly addictive. After the first few doses, not taking it results in rapid necrosis in the worst cases, and muscular atrophy in the best cases. Though, that is assuming they survive. A non-insignificant number of subjects have, for lack of a better term, combusted, which, while quite a surprise the first time, is becoming an annoying mess. Along with me in this endeavor is the local criminal kingpin. One Trident was taken to calling himself Grayscale. We get on well enough. He leaves me to my research as long as I keep refining the dust for him. I assume this comes with being part of the deal for continued supply. As long as the arrangement continues as is, everyone will be happy. Alright. Taking that note up. So I can put 2 and 2 together and realize this is Dr. Feelgood's clinic. Right? Off that grayscale remark.
Up to you.
Alright, well. What else is in our room? Nightstand, bed.
Nightstand, bed.
No closet, trunk, anything.
There is a dresser.
What's in the dresser?
You open it, it's just different clothes. A lot of shirts, pants, undergarments. Nothing that you wouldn't expect.
Okay, close it. Alright, I'm gonna go.
Down from somewhere, you hear this kind of impact.
Can I tell if it was from the other room?
It sounded like it was below you.
Alright. I'm gonna put my hand on the sword. I'm gonna walk out of the bedroom, close the door behind me, and I'm gonna open the other door.
Okay, you open the door to an office. Kind of large, deep brown desk. 2 chairs in front of it. Simple kind of green rug in the middle. Some desks off to the side. And on the much larger desk, there is this. With a note.
Alright, I'll read this one out. Not finishing up at Lion's Arch has left me lacking some experience, especially in the manner of dealing with patients. Making rounds is my least favorite part of this job. I'd much rather just keep to my research, but I appreciate the value in it as a form of field testing. Take day, a lovely half-elf named Aster came to get me on a house call. Luckily for him, I was in the neighborhood and I came to test my new batch on his friend. Friend was most assuredly dead. It probably bled out at some point on the couch while him and that Victor fellow wondered about what to do. Curious one at that, as apparently my new friend also knew about the dust and was quite insistent on my answering questions about it. I wonder if he's with the orc. Regardless, the dead and soon-to-be-dead are my favorite patients. No resistance and completely submissive. All they can do is lie there and take their medicine. And after a quick injection and repeated symptoms brought on by my cure-all, I knew that our dead friend would be fine, and I could report back. Alright, pocketing that note. Is there anything else you've noticed in this office? Like like folders of reports or stuff like that?
Make a perception check.
Okay. 10 boys, we back at it again.
Sifting through the files in the office. You notice a lot of them are incomplete. Some of them are just straight up missing.
Maybe she took what's important.
Some of them are just heavily kind of struck through. But nothing. Right here. And you still hear the sizzling from somewhere.
Alright. And there's no hidden trapdoor to lead downstairs off of my checks, right?
Not that you see.
Alright. And now that I've explored both rooms and the lobby, there's nothing else on this floor, right?
Not that you see.
Alright, I'm gonna walk back to the main lobby.
Mm-hmm.
The door's still locked, right?
Door's still locked.
I couldn't figure out that locking mechanism. Aaron, I'm gonna take a look through the window.
Alright, you see outside through the window.
Alright, I'm looking at the ground towards the cellar door. I got eyesight of it, right?
You can see the ground that leads to the cellar.
Alright,
Can't see into the cellar because it's still closed, but
Alright, I'm gonna Misty step through the window and outside next to the cellar.
okay.
Okay.
Easy enough to do.
Did people see me do that?
I mean, the street's empty. Like
Okay.
any noise you heard is further off. This side
Yeah.
seems to be rather desolate.
Hey, Aaron, I'm gonna go to the cellar doors. Are they unlocked?
Those are locked.
They're locked?
They're locked. You pull on them and they give a little bit. But
Can I make a strength check to rip them apart?
Give me a strength check.
Okay. +4 in strength. Don't fail me now.
21. You pull and you pull and you hear the kind of give of metal before the door opens out and you can see down about 10 feet stairs that lead into a basement. And the first thing that hits you is the smell of alcohol.
Like rubbing alcohol?
Like rubbing alcohol. And behind that, this rot or necrotic smell.
Scarlet, get ready. I'm gonna start making my way down.
You descend down the stairs.
Actually, wait, how dark does it look?
It is dark. It is dark vision dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna descend down the staircase.
Okay. You head down. And as you head down, the smell of rot becomes stronger and stronger. And eventually you come to the bottom landing and you kind of pull your foot back and you see a pool of dark liquid at the base of this last stair.
I'm gonna back up a little bit and light a torch.
Light a torch and you can see this stringy pool of like blood that leads in. And as you bring the torch up and you look around the room now at the base of the stairs, you see bodies and kind of left over like blood smears and things in different states of decay. And towards the back, you still hear the kind of sound of something hitting the ground. It's much clearer now that you're here.
Do I still hear the sizzling?
You do.
Oh boy. I am going to need a new pair. You know, I should probably just make myself a new dress after all this. I'm going to step in the liquid, like, very gently at first. I'm not stepping the full foot in, you know, test the waters.
It is
just blood?
It's blood.
Before I go even further, I'm going to Divine Sense.
Okay. You don't get anything.
So it doesn't feel like there's, like, any essence of the red powder in it?
It doesn't. It just smells of rot and death, and there's some bodies that are, like, preserved. The way it looks like they just died. And there are some that are it's just, you can't tell what they were.
Hey, Exitio. I grab my amulet. Do I get a response?
This is long moment, and you hear, Hey, nice place you got here.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call it nice.
Oh, right, yeah. 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 Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, different.
Makes sense. So yeah, why you need me?
No, I just wanted to hear a friendly voice before I venture into this pool of blood.
Oh, hey, yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know. Hey, you got a minute?
Sure.
So you have this ailment for a little bit, right? You had it
Yeah.
for a little bit. You haven't used it. That's fine. Skeleton warriors, I get it. They're intimidating.
Oh no, it's not that. I just haven't had a skeleton to use.
It's okay. It's okay. That's fair. That's fair too. So, how about something a little bit more poignant? A little bit more useful. A little bit more useful.
Sure.
That's where you're walking, I imagine.
Huh?
Are you
yeah. While I'm moving forward, I'm still like trying to pay attention. Sword on one hand, torch in the other.
Hey, those are just lungs. Cool. How about a skeleton key?
Huh. What would I make that out of?
Oh, I need finger. Just need the finger.
Is there a skeleton anywhere in the room, Aaron?
Listen. It needs doesn't have to be a skeleton finger. It needs a finger. This finger's not coming back either.
Well, it just needs a finger. Could it?
A finger.
Does it turn the finger into a key?
Yes, painfully.
Okay, so I'm not using my own.
Don't.
Is there a corpse on the ground, Aaron?
Yeah.
Let me go see if that door's locked before I do something like that. I'm gonna. So that banging's coming from in the back of the basement, right?
Behind the door in the far back.
I'm gonna go up to that door and try tugging the lock doorknob.
The door opens, and tied to a chair, kind of now on its side, you see a very, very beaten Aldracanius.
Oh no.
Kind of half gagged, kind of looks up at you, kind of struggling with the chair and the vault.
Alright, Aaron, before I walk in, I'm gonna look around. Is there anyone in here waiting to ambush me?
You don't make a perception check.
I don't want to take off his rag for him to say behind you, and then I get knocked out.
You don't see anything.
Alright, I'm walking into the room with the torch.
Okay, you walk in with the torch, and you gonna undo the ropes?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my, I'm gonna put the torch, like, somewhere where it's not just blood, like, maybe on, like, a counter or something, and then just use my sword to help undo the ropes and stuff.
Kind of cut through the ropes, and eventually the gag, and he, thanks, kid.
No problem.
Oh. Yeah. You need to get out of here.
What?
Hey, you hear that? You hear that sizzling?
Cicely? Wait, what?
Sizzling, like crackling.
Yeah, is it in this room?
It's kind of loud.
We should get out of here.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I'm gonna carry him over my shoulder and pick up the torch and sheath my sword and just start carrying him out.
Okay. As you're going, I want you to make me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay. I'm carrying Aldracanius, right?
And because you didn't find it.
Okay.
Natural one. Okay. Let me check something. Okay. You're fine.
Take exactly 116 damage. That's double my health. Roll a new character.
Oh, cool. Alright. So as you're carrying him, that sound becomes louder and louder. And you get about back towards the center of this basement area before you start to hear a crack of like wood and feel heat and warmth. And eventually from above, the wood splinters and cracks all the way through, and you look up and you see just fire. You take 26 points of fire damage.
Ugh.
Uh,
How's Aldracanius looking?
He is down.
Good thing I'm carrying him.
Good thing it's only the paladin here. Yeah, it's a full 26 points of fire damage, and the room you're in, you're starting to see the bodies begin to burn back
Great.
and burn down.
Or she had to be thorough. I'm gonna try slogging through this blood while carrying Aldracanius back out the cellar.
Kind of just dragging him behind him. You see the fire kind of creeping and creeping. You keep moving, and there's just things we turn to ash. Tables, notes.
It's a good thing I pocketed the 3 notes that mattered. Alright.
And eventually you fight and you pull him. I need one more dex check as you're moving up the stairs. 17.
Not dropping him.
Not dropping him.
The one time paladin needs a good.
And it stops. It stops a death save. It stops the death save.
Okay, good. He doesn't.
Eventually you get up and out of the storm cellar and you throw him up first. You get out. The fire kind of pushes back out of the cellar, and you look behind you and the building's torched.
I'm gonna start screaming for someone to call a guard while I lay on hands Aldracanius.
How much health?
I'm gonna give him 20.
Yeah. You see as burn marks kind of form back over and wounds close, and then eyes open, and he just looks to you and goes, Kid, honestly, fuck this city.
It's a good thing I don't live here. Oh, wait.
Can you get me out anywhere that's not here?
You could always work in Heman with your cousin.
I meant I don't want to be here, next to the burning building.
Oh, yeah, right. Pick him up and start slogging towards more crowded. I'm gonna look for a town guard or something.
As you make your trek, team in the thing, in the
Mall? Shops and dining?
Yeah, team mall. Where would you be going?
I thought we left the
Yeah,
mall
but where
temporarily.
are you? But where are you going?
Back to
Wherever.
the inn.
Yeah, back to wherever we left the rest of our party. Like, our thing went kind of well. I hope everyone else's did. Why do
Yeah,
I
we
feel
would-
like this happens to us all the time?
You got 2 crime boys, you got Robot Man, you got a flaming tiefling carrying a dead guy.
So you guys
Should be fine.
Back in towards the inn. In
By the way, I really hope this isn't the same inn with that one dwarf I just really don't like.
you in various states of stealth find your way back to which room? For the sake, Victor.
Repeat the question. I'm sorry.
Which room you going to?
The one I stayed in last time with Marco.
Yeah,
I meant
Victor
okay, so
Lopez
yeah,
room.
Victor.
Victor
I meant like
Lopez.
whose room, not which.
Okay, yeah, we did hear that.
Yeah, my bad. And you just kind of dump the pieces of Levi's body onto the ground.
Oh, I wouldn't have dumped them onto the ground. They wouldn't have left my bag.
Okay.
Because
You're
we're not
now
going to put it back together until we leave.
You're
so
now,
what's the
you're now
point of...
back in the room.
Yeah. All right. Not much else to do except wait for everybody to show up.
Kai, Ari, as you've been picking around the bars, you're getting a lot of the same answers. No one is leaving this town with the Navy here. No one is getting onto a ship with the Navy here.
What do you want to do, Ari?
I don't know. I hear there are constructs in shops and dining.
I have from what I can hear, they won't be very helpful. I don't see how we can think of anyone else who might be able to help us on this endeavor. Oh boy. We might just have to cut our losses and start building crews in other cities.
Yeah, the kobolds are still gonna deliver it to us, right?
Yes, they will still deliver it. That was unrelated to what we're trying to do right now.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just tell the crew, our friends, to just follow us. Yeah.
Do you want to go back to the Navy and see where exactly we're going so we can have that information for tomorrow?
Perhaps.
Or we can do it when we meet up with everyone else. We just have to do that at some point.
Yeah.
Before it's too late.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it now.
Okay. I guess we're headed towards the Navy.
Okay. You swim back to the pier, to the towards the ship, and you can see kind of lounging outside. Evan Feather and Baptiste will be just sitting outside with a bunch of other officers. Seem decently busy enough. Some of them kind of coming and going, unloading the ship, heading further into the city.
All right. Do we see any of the admirals that we spoke to earlier this morning? I'm gonna go to Evan Feather because I feel like does Baptiste look like he has a pen and paper?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go to Evan Feather. That's my buddy. I hope.
Okay.
I hope.
You make your way to Evan Feather and he kind of looks at you and goes, "Hey, man."
Hey, Evan Feather, how are you doing?
I guess we're in it for guess we'll be here for a while, so not good.
Oh, really? Why are you guys staying?
Because Grayscale's dead, man.
Well, he's captured.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It's been a long morning. After Atlas and once Chatty has showed up,
we all glazed over.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
One question: do you know exactly where we're headed? In a couple days' time.
That's like a job for your boss, man. I'm not your boss.
No, because we're supposed to. Were you not there when we were talking about the doctor? And how you guys wanted us. Okay, I guess I have 3 questions.
Oh, you're giving me questions now, man. All right, let's do it.
Question number 2.
Okay, yeah.
Where are you guys holding Grayscale?
On the ship, man.
All right, that's fine. We're just gonna need to talk to him, or whoever he gives the information to, because he's supposed to be giving you guys information. One final question.
Yeah.
We heard today that people refer to your father as the Black Death.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Do you want to tell us about that?
Kills pirates, man.
It's a pirate killer. But he's not around here. That's what you said, right?
And that's Navy business, man. And
right,
and a rebel killer, and part of a triumvirate. It's weird, man. It's a whole thing.
But you said he's not around here. That's what you said the last time we spoke. That was only a couple days ago.
Could be here.
Is he here?
Could be anyone. He could be me.
Is it you? Can I insight Evan Feather to see if he just doesn't want to tell me?
Make an insight check.
Oh, why'd you even need to roll for that?
Wait, hard to read.
Oh, that is the duality of man right there. Okay. All right, Evan Feather. Well, sorry to bother you. It's been a long morning for all of us.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
fine,
let
man.
you get. I'll see you around.
Yeah, I'll see
Well,
you, man.
We'll go out for drinks or something.
I'm gonna be working.
There might be a time where you're not. Just
Yeah.
come find me.
You guys gotta like leave. I think you gotta go back to the. We're not your boss. You gotta go back to like what's her name? The one oh Vine, I think.
Oh, yeah. I guess we do
Bloodhook
have
doesn't
to.
like her, so you gotta go back.
All right. Well, thanks.
Hey man, it's no problem.
We're gonna head to the ship now. All right.
Sure.
I'm just gonna start walking. This is going nowhere. Ari, are you following?
I'm depressed, but yes, I'm following.
Evan Feather
Yeah.
also follows.
Okay, that's
it's his
fine.
job.
All right, cool. Evan Feather, if you're gonna follow us, can you lead us to where?
Oh, right, I should be doing that. My bad. Gonna
It's
take
okay.
the lead and leads you over to a very private holding cell where Grayscale is kept. Still still manacled.
Hey, Grayscale. It's two party members from Kings Road. It was your idea. Have you spoken to any of the Navy yet? About the information that you're supposed to be giving up anyway?
What do you want to know?
Where is the doctor headed?
Oh, is he headed north? I think she was looking for a train up towards the Shaded Lands.
And why is that?
I do not know. She's not technically my employee. She was sent here on loan.
Can I incite that?
Go for it.
15.
Hard to read.
I'll take his word for it. What was it? The Shadowland?
Shaded Lands.
Shaded Lands.
Which you would know is it is a term for areas that sit kind of adjacent to in the shadow of the Akron Mountains.
Okay.
Just in the north of Kreytarr itself.
Okay. Do you know how often those trains leave?
They do not run from Kreytarr. The closest train is 2 days travel.
2 days travel. Does she have a day head start or a 2? I already forgot.
Technically a day and a half, but semantics.
Why would you tell? Hold on. Why would you tell us this if you're not lying?
Why would I want to stop the mad scientist? Listen, you said she was doing something that brings the dead back to life. That's not my shtick. I am a businessman, not a necromancer. I have standards.
That's a fair point. He has upheld some sort of order despite being an evil crime syndicate.
Hey, I am not evil. I am just capitalist minded.
Nah, you're evil because you forced me to play blackjack and then made me ask a question that I didn't want to ask.
Well, maybe you're just stupid.
How close is he to me, Aaron?
He is about 20 feet back. He is in the corner of the cell, and you're looking through bars at him.
Is he tied up?
Yeah.
Listen, Evan Feather can stop me if he wants. I'm shooting him.
He's just gonna put his head. Don't. That's a whole thing, man. Just walk away.
Can I shoot it like by his face and not actually hit him?
He's actively holding your hand back. Just walk away.
Alright, do you have any other questions to ask him?
No, not now.
Well, I wouldn't lie to me.
Actually, do you have any maps of good smuggling areas? Asking for a friend.
Why would you ask that in front of?
Make a deception check.
Why would you ask that in front of Evan Feather?
Make a deception check.
Deception?
Deception.
Oh my god.
There's this moment where you say that, and Ebon Feather and Grayscale, and Kai's all look at you. Where Ebon Feathers goes, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, so I don't have to put you in like a jail.
No.
Ari?
You do.
Ari?
They're still probably in use.
That's illegal, man. Come on.
You don't. So you're telling me you don't want to know where they are?
I'm telling you, I see it in your beady eyes. You're gonna smuggle something.
Whoa, is that?
Listen. Is that what? That's.
Never mind. Never mind. What is it, Kai?
I'm gonna whisper to Ari, and I'm just gonna really hope Evan Feather doesn't hear. Ari, we're gonna ask those types of questions. Maybe you want to use something where you don't have to use your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you shouldn't do that either, man. Come on. I'm standing right here.
Evan Feather, I can't do that sort of stuff.
Yeah, alright. So this is the part of the tour where the tour ends and you guys leave.
That's fair. Thank you again, Evan Feather, and we apologize for making your day any longer than it needed to be.
Okay, that's alright. I see the best in people, and you guys are okay.
Hey, Evan Feather.
Yeah.
I don't know the next time I'm gonna see you. Do you want to hold on to this ruby for me? And I just take out one of the gems that I got from the chest back on the island.
Hey. This isn't edible. Take it back, man.
No. This is something for you to remember me by.
This is a rock, man.
It's a rock that's worth value. And you can tell how much the value is worth by the coloring of the rock.
I'm gonna keep you weird rock, man.
Thank you, Evan Feather. I'll see you around.
You take care.
Alright, let's just leave the port. We have a general idea of where we're supposed to go, and I think that's enough for I already forgot Snake Lady's name.
Zola.
Yeah. That should be enough for Zola to figure out like a meeting point if there's like a town on the way or something like that. We'll discuss that with the party, and then we'll discuss that with her.
So with that and everyone either reconvening or on their way to reconvene.
I'm on fire.
The party that is already at the inn, halfway through pondering what to do with Levi. Sakura walks in, singed, burnt.
I did tell the guards with the fire so that people could put it out and stuff, right?
Yeah, with the also singed and burnt body of Algicanius.
He's
and also
awake.
beaten places, half awake,
Yeah.
limping.
What's up?
Why are you on fire, or were on fire? I don't know.
Algicanius was in Dr. Feelgood's basement.
I had a bad time. I don't feel good. That name is a lie.
Sit back, relax.
I'm gonna lay on the floor, man. It's okay.
Just lay on the
So Algicanius was actually being held this entire time in Dr. Feelgood's basement.
And I went there, and I found some notes actually, and I pulled out all 3 notes and put them on like a counter.
Tell him what happened. Tell him that the place caught on fire because it did.
Oh yeah. It seems she probably booby trapped it so that we couldn't investigate it for evidence, and it blew up.
The office is now destroyed.
Yeah, but I did.
We have 3 pieces of evidence. And how long were you trapped there, Algicanius?
when you guys left,
One day.
yeah.
That explains the ransacking.
Oh,
Alright.
shit again.
So, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm ready to kill someone.
I'm very tired.
And
Burnt.
it's a good thing for us, we know where she's headed.
Where?
So, we paid a visit to Grayscale, Ari and I, and we found out that she's headed towards the Shaded Lands, and the way to get there is to take a train, which is somewhere up north, roughly 2 days travel, and she has a day and a half head start.
The Shaded
Why
Lands
is
is it's an area. You don't know what city she's going to. You know a rough area.
Right. We understand that.
Okay.
Does anyone here know anything about a place called the Lion's Arch?
The lion.
Sicily and Kai would.
Okay. Do I have to roll?
You know, it is part of the National Academy. It is for distinctly magical studies that are not necessarily war-based, just distinctly pure magical research.
Oh, Joy, I
I
would have
think
been
I
there a
read-
few times then.
I think I
Yeah,
heard something about that in one of my boring magic classes or whatever.
Apparently Miss
Ah.
Dr. Feelgood was a student there from the looks of it.
What?
Yeah, said something about not
Um,
finishing her work at the Lion's Arch and deciding to carrying out her research in the field. Anyways,
That sounds oddly familiar.
Since
As
you-
Kai looks at his own hands.
since you guys bring up Shaded Woods and all that, where are we going?
I guess we're headed up there to find Dr. Feelgood.
Do we just want to chase down this
Don't
one
we have
character?
to check in first.
Well, yeah, of course, checking in at Hema. That's like the
We're
most
also- yeah,
immediate
we're
thing.
Stuck here. We're
We're-
still, we're
Isn't
still stuck in
Hema
Hema for
also
a few
up
days.
north?
No,
Also, more importantly, can't we just, rest? I'm sure you're
I
tired.
guess.
No, we know that we're leaving in 2 days. We know that because we need our check. All right, we need our
So,
money.
with everyone,
Marco looks at the clock.
Aldracanius can
With
stay in the inn
everyone-
with us for the night, by the way, because, he's
with
kind of dead.
everyone in decent enough form, except for Sakura's on fire. Well, not even that on fire. You just
Sakura
took
can take a
damage.
nap.
You took half damage. You're resistant. I'm pretty sure.
I'm half fire, half not fire.
We'll call it a session. So, because I know people are tired. So, is there anything that we need to do?
Yo, Kings Road gang, rise up.
Yes, we. Oh yeah, you guys are the Kings Road now.
I can't wait for us to, get a bard and pay them money to
We're
rent
not
it.
a street.
Why would you think that King's Road is a street?
Better than King's
I don't
Landing.
know.
And if it were metaphorically a street, why do you think we and not the people tossing the person into the street?
That doesn't make the name any better.
Yes, it does. Makes it way better. Also, it's catchy.
Do you not
I mean,
like
no,
Kings Road?
listen, no, I like the words Kings and Road. I like them together. I don't like that as a name though. You feel me?
No.
Well, you can air those grievances next time on
Blood
Blood.
Pride.
Just
I don't know, I think it's fine.
That's a really good segue.
Good night,
It's fine.
everybody.
Night, everybody.
Fade us out.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks
stream
for
running
listening
slide.
to our shenanigans.